Let's go. All right. We're back with the Smokey Joe Show. Today we got a special guest. All the guests are special, but I'm hyped about this one. We got Johnny Morales in the building.
Oh yeah.
In the building.
Cheers, bro.
Yes, sir. I seen you, especially like I feels like the last few years, like, dude, you just been going.
Same. Likewise, bro. Like honestly, I feel like me and you came off almost close to the same time, I think.
Yeah, and yes.
Right?
Okay, I'm glad you feel that too.
Because honestly, I met you I think in First Friday, but not in person. I think I just seen your work.
Oh, that was way back.
Yeah, way back. And I
Yeah.
remember we started following each other, and I remember like, oh, that guy's dope. He's out there, like, because that was my first time doing First Friday, and I'm like, that was my edge of like, go see how your art does. Let's see if it's even worth buying.
Yeah.
And I remember you were doing. I think you started off doing that too, and then from there, I'm like, I feel like we grew the same but different. I don't know, different ways.
Dude, for sure.
So I'm like, man, I remember that. And I just remember, oh, he landed his first mural or something big. And I'm like, hell yeah. And I started doing the same thing. And it was just like, there we go. Like somebody that I feel like I don't feel like I'm so behind.
Yeah.
It's where I'm like, okay, I have somebody that's also like close to me or that I can, I don't know, grow with.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Dude, absolutely. Because I see you're like, some of the pieces that you've done recently, I'm like, so, and like to see from where we came from like at First Friday, like, and like you had a booth there, right?
Yeah, I had a booth. I did it for like maybe 2 or 3 months, and then
same,
and
a little bit long. I did it off and on for like a year-ish.
Okay.
In like 2018?
Yeah.
Okay,
2018.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, it was some of those months hot.
Oh yeah, I think that's where I stopped because it got so hot,
bro.
And I was just like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna come out.
Dude, most of the weeks I wouldn't sell anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sell anything. I'd be out there like setting up the whole booth. Because I've met Jim Tucker Art was like a booth right next to me. I was like over by Taco Cello.
Yeah, you were like in a good spot, I feel like.
Where was your
like
I'm trying to remember.
Out to the side behind that jazz. I think there's like a jazz studio there or bar.
On that same, were you on 5th?
Yeah, on 5th, but it wasn't on Main Roosevelt. Okay. It was like to the left.
Okay.
Where everybody would go to the main, spots, and I felt like I was on the side, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get anything. I was like, it's okay. I'm new at this, and I was trying to fight
for it. And you're doing it.
And I'm like, I'm gonna just do it. And everybody that would go through it would finally like work their way towards me. I'm like, towards the end, like maybe 9-10 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So I still got some exposure a little bit.
That's what I think it was like good for, is like just meeting people, learning to like talk. Like it kind of taught you how to like, I guess, talk with clients.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then just like getting your name out there. I think it was like invaluable experience. It also was grueling some weeks, like packing everything in your car.
Yeah.
Bringing the tent, bringing like the whole canopy, bringing like a table, all this stuff, bro. And then you pay $50. At least mine was, I had to pay $50.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I forget the lady's name that I was going through. Do you remember her?
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It was like,
it took me the longest.
Gabriella or something like that. Anyway,
I don't know.
But sometimes you're spending money and time and not selling anything.
Yeah, and you have to be there a little early and stay later to break things down, and you're like, all right, I'm done for the day. And yeah, you don't even want to pack your stuff.
And I was working a desk job at that time, so it'd be like, and were you working at that time too?
I was working, but at a warehouse. I was like, in a warehouse. So I'm like,
so you're working all week, and then
come Friday, leave a little bit early just to go home, pack my shit, and then
work until 11, easy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, it's gonna be a long one.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're so like hungry and you just want to put yourself out there so bad, that doesn't even bother you at that time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things where I'm like, no, we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there regardless if I sell anything, as long as I get somebody walking in
Yeah.
to look. I think that's a plus already.
Dude, absolutely. I just like wanted people to like see my art. And if they were like stoked on it, like, yeah, it's even better.
Yeah,
But at
or
least
just
you
a
just want
comment,
to
yeah.
show it. And then like, I don't know, most of the weeks, I mean, it did get after towards the end, you're kind of like, all right, I'm good. I think I've run my course here. But like the beginning, like I was stoked to be out there, even though it was like working all day and then going out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like most of the time, I was like, oh, this is pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like a second job in a way.
Yeah,
You know, you're being a salesman at the same time. You're like, but not really, because you're like, yeah, my shit's not that good.
Did you ever have any like crazy drunk people?
No,
Or like any crazy people?
no. Honestly, I didn't. If anything, everybody was just. I think I liked the compliments and the comments that they would make.
Oh, yeah.
And when
People
it would-
lying, artists
yeah.
lying if they say they don't like that.
Yeah, so
At
they,
least
yeah,
speaking
no,
for
we
myself,
like it
too.
because you're like,
yeah.
all right, we're doing something right. If
Yeah.
it stopped you, if it turned your neck, you're looking over. I'm
Yeah.
like, because people just honestly walk through First Friday and just like glance at your stuff.
Yeah.
But if that one person just stops and wants to take the time, hey, let me look at your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's already a win. I'm like, all right, you made my $50 worth already, so that's cool.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. Dude, I'm doing it again. I told you this. I do this. I told you I do this. It's like I swear, every episode, like 10 minutes in, I'm like, oh no, did I press record? But we're good. Okay. But yeah, that kind of like validation, which it sounds so like, I don't know, when I say it, it sounds vain, but it's like, no, because you're putting so much work into something, and it's like you kind of want to like have something to judge it by of like, do people like this?
Yeah,
do
yeah,
people
yeah.
not? Am I like crazy?
Yeah.
Because you know, sometimes I look back at my art back then and I'm like, I probably was crazy thinking like I had a future in this, but I guess it goes to show you just keep working at something, you get better. But yeah, having somebody like, because most people would just walk by, you're like, hey, what's up, what's up? And then that one person would stay and like talk, and then, oh, what's your IG? Or like, did you have business cards or anything back then?
No, I just had my IG. I think I started making it, but most of the time it was just either my phone number or email.
Yeah.
And then just my IG. I would literally just spray on front and just like, oh, there it is. That's my tag name. If you need anything, just that's it.
Did you get any clients from that? Anybody buying anything?
So what's crazy is the first time I did it, I sold like 4 or 5 pieces. But I mean, yeah, I was like, all right, we're celebrating after this.
Let's go. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's
dude.
one of those things where you're like, I just sold 4 paintings. And then
That's a great feeling.
I think, oh, it's a great feeling. So then I'm like, okay, somebody actually is dedicating their money to purchase your art. And so I'm like, oh, heck yeah. So I kind of felt more motivated to like, all right, I can do this.
Yeah.
But then you also look back and you're all like, what is it that I'm doing different that the other artists here aren't doing? Because their things are not flying. But one, I did the mistake of selling original pieces for a low price.
Yeah, same.
And then you don't realize that until like you'll have your clients that will really be honest with you, like, that's that price for that. I'm like, and they'll be like, is this an original? I'm like, yeah, like I didn't know you people would still sell out duplicates or copies.
Yeah,
so I'm like, at that time, I'm like,
prints and
yeah,
stuff.
prints. So I'm
That's
like,
pretty popular at First Friday.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then I didn't, at the time I'm going in there with no knowledge of it. So
I
then
never did prints either.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe that's why they're just going so quickly, and I'm not. And I'm talking about like $100 and up. I would sell them. Yeah. And I thought that was already like, oh heck yeah! I've gotten canvases from like Michaels that are in deals. So I'm like, yeah, I made my money's worth.
If I made $100 on one at First Friday, I was like pretty stoked. Yeah. I think the most I sold one for was $125, and it was like it was like a 4 by like 2, like a 4 by 3. It was a big canvas, you know, which was like pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very cheap, $125. But at the time, I was stoked.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
What size were yours?
Mine
like
were like 20 by 30.
20. Okay, that's a good size.
Somewhere there, and then it started getting bigger, like 30 by 40.
The thick canvas or the thin one?
I think the thin one at first.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I would.
That's what mine was too.
I would always go based on whatever deals Michaels had. So
Straight
I'm like, all right,
buy one get 2 free.
Yep. So I'm like, here we go. At least I'll make one of them profit, and the other one I'll get my money's back worth. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But
and like you were probably like so hungry. I don't know. At that time, I was painting so many canvases that like they just piled up in your house.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I don't know if this is for you, but they just piled up. So like once I've created like, or once I've like painted like 30 other ones, I'm like, yeah, I like that one, but if I could make $80 on that, I'm pretty stoked too, you know?
Yeah. Is that how you got started, like doing canvases in First Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I sold canvases on campus at school,
Okay.
and like I would be in my dorm room, like painting a lot. And like some of my friends would be like, "Yo, why ain't you coming out tonight?" You know? And I just be like, "Dude, I just want to paint."
Yeah. There
And
you
it was
go.
one of those. It was like, yeah, I guess looking back, that was like one of those like times of like, is this what you want, or is this just like a
Like a hobby or.
yeah. And it was like, should it go out and like party? And I still did that too. But like, I remember like a Friday night, all my buddies going out, and I'm like, I'm gonna chill and paint, you know. And then I was selling them on campus. But I think the most I ever sold on campus was like $40, and I was stoked. And it's like I took 8 hours on this, and I'm like $40. Yeah, somebody wants to buy my art. But that was like years before. First Friday was like probably what? If it was 2018, that was like probably 4 years into painting a lot.
Okay.
I don't know if my math's good on that, but somewhere around there. I started in like 2014, painting a lot more. I think, I don't know, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old were you when that happened?
When
You started painting, like actually, like.
oh,
Right.
so I remember like a time where like I started painting like a little bit more, and that was when I was in Washington. I bought like and this was a rough part in my life. Like I've talked about it a little bit on here. Maybe I'll go into more of it at some point, but this was a rough part in my life. Like I was not living in my parents' house. It was like I didn't graduate high school on time. Like I was kind of just a psycho, like just a psycho, and just really wild crowd. I was like really into skateboarding and like
Okay.
competing. I did like a lot of competitions. Then I tore my ACL, messed my knee up, so that kind of added to like a craziness.
Oh.
And I remember just one night I bought some paints. I did some like just real like uh, abstract artwork just in my room, you know, just kind of like, painting some stuff. And then I kind of did a little bit more. But once I got into college, I think I realized, to be totally honest, I think like I realized like being in some of these business classes, that like, I don't know, I like business, but I don't see myself doing better than all these other people in like an office.
Yeah.
So I think I like realized like, oh man, I gotta find something else, because I don't think my personality is like, I'm not too like, yes sir, oh the spreadsheet looks great today, you know what I mean?
Yeah, company man.
Yeah, dude. And I worked in an office, and it was, yeah, dude. You could talk to my manager, dude. Shout out to Kirk, but he was so nice. But I think he was like, bro, this ain't, this probably ain't for you. And I did all right, but not really. There was people that just soared, and I think that goes to show like, if you go into a field that you don't love, or like that you don't even like, bro, people that actually like it, or heaven forbid, people that love it, are gonna run circles around.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's like, if you like painting, or if you like making music, you like roller skating, if you really love that, you're gonna spend 10 times more time than somebody that's like, I'm gonna go in this for money, or I'm just gonna go in this because it's cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna run circles around that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Did you ever have any of your, like, based on your old job, did you have any of your, like, I don't know, managers or team leads or coworkers tell you, like, they knew you were an artist, or did they like, hey, you shouldn't be working here, you should be doing that full time?
Towards the end, yeah. And a few of my coworkers bought paintings, which is pretty cool. Yeah, dude. This guy Jeff, and then this guy Simon. Coolest dude. He bought 2 paintings. One like Nipsey Hussle painting, and then one that was like, shoot, I forget the girl's name, but it was like
another artist.
No, she was like a civil rights leader. I might be doing a lot of injustice saying that, but I believe it was something like that.
Okay.
It was like some, like a female, I want to say, and this might even sound crazy, but a female like Martin Luther King, something like that. Like she was like, I think she was like a heavy name in like the civil rights.
Okay, I gotcha.
Group, and he had me paint her. which was cool. And then this other guy Jeff bought like a painting there. And so I think like a lot of them probably were like, "Yo,
Yeah.
you suck at this job. Like,
Yeah, get out
probably
here.
better at painting, you know."
Yeah. That's cool.
How about you?
Yeah, same. I was working at a warehouse, and I was a painter there. I'm just like talking about like an actual just one coat. We would work at this company. I don't know if I should say the company, but the company's called Gorbel. We would build cranes, and like
those big cranes,
those huge ones you see on warehouses, automobile cranes, all kinds.
Okay.
So they would have a big old assembly line. They would weld it, put it all together, and I'd be the last person to touch it. Well, I would wash it.
Yeah.
And then I would paint it, and it would be a solid color, like a blue or a yellow.
Yeah.
Here and there, you'll have a special color. It'd be like an orange or a red, but it was simple stuff that came repetitive, like just warehouse stuff.
Yeah.
But,
were you using like what is that, like a HVLP gun?
Yeah, like an airless Greco.
Oh, okay.
Those ones.
Yeah.
And it was just, what was cool about it is that it was already prime and paint. So just one quick quote. All right, next.
Nice.
So it was just like literally like that. But it was heavy stuff. So I'd be with like a whole white suit. I felt like a astronaut in there painting away.
Masked up, just
everything.
covered.
You have to be, HR. They get you. So yeah, I had all this.
We could take a lesson from that, honestly.
So I went from that to the point where I was like, on my breaks, I'd be in the booth and I'd be just bringing my own spray cans and just spray in the wall. Oh. Because we would paint over those towards the end of the month or towards the end of like the quarter.
Yeah.
Just to kind of clean up the booth area.
Mm-hmm.
So my what's it called? My team lead, I would say, or my supervisor was super cool. It was like, hey, yeah, if you ever want to paint in there, go ahead. If we don't, there's overspray all the time, so go at it. So I looked at it like, oh, heck yeah. So on the morning breaks, on my lunch breaks, I'd be in there just spray painting, practicing. And I didn't know nothing about spray paint. So I'm like, I'm using the wrong tips. I'm using all this stuff. So it's just like, I need to practice here. This would be a good spot to practice.
Buying Home Depot paint or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. What's crazy is that I bought Cobra paint for the first time.
Oh, Cobra?
Cobra. Oh, that paint's so good.
Yeah.
And I bought it because there was this arcade, Lemoncade. I don't know if anybody have heard of it. It used to be in downtown Glendale.
Not Cobra Arcade?
No, it was.
That would have been...
I know.
Perfect mix.
But they would sell lemon, so they call it like Lemoncade, and they would have arcades in there.
Oh, okay.
But it was cool. Like I remember, I'm like, oh, this is new, and I would go in a lot of pinball machines, arcade games, but they would also specialize in lemonade. And I remember they had like a back wall full of spray cans, and it was Cobra, and I'm like, and I think that at the time they were just trying to like get it out because they weren't doing pretty good in inventory, and so I'm like, so they were just giving me stupid deals and selling them like cheap.
It was an arcade, but they were selling spray paint?
Yeah, like they wanted to make a little bit of everything in there.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take some. And then it came to where like I got 6 cans. Next paycheck, I ended up getting like 12. And so I just stacked up, even though I had no idea how to mess with spray cans.
Yeah.
But then until like, I'm like, you know what? I need to really invest and learn about this. And then that's where I started practicing and my old job. And
do you remember like what tips you were using?
Oh, the ones
that caps you were
using?
The
ones that came with it. Like
yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
I was trashy. And then
the ones that come with like the 94s so bad.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, this is good. This is no. Yeah. I didn't know nothing about it until I think when I went Just Blaze, they started educating me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, they're really good there because they'll like tell you like, oh, this is good for murals and details.
For sure.
So that I'm like, oh, heck yeah. So I started picking their brain.
Yeah.
I started doing my research and just got to work.
Well, yeah, the guys at Just Blaze, they actually like spray paint. They know what they like Eddie and Ernie and stuff. Like they know what they're doing. I love those dudes.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome. But okay, so you were spray painting like the wall in that
booth. Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever bring canvases in there and we're like, all right, let's do this? Or were you just spray painting like to be like quick like letters and like quick little tags and stuff like that?
No, I never did graffiti. That's the thing that everybody thinks that I was in a graffiti gang or anything like that. I'm like, no, it was just all
graffiti gang.
All art. Like honestly.
Same. I always tell people like I'm not one of those guys that fakes. Like, cause you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hitting up trains and stuff. It's like,
yeah.
You can't really prove it. I'm always like the same way. I'm like, bro, keep me out of that world, and I love it. I think graffiti's dope. I'm not saying that.
Oh yeah.
But like, I don't. I got into this for art. I was a skateboarder, so it was like kind of adjacent to graffiti.
Yeah.
The graffiti world, a lot of like tagging and stuff at skate parks, and whatever. But yeah, I'm not. I didn't start. You know, I've never been like a guy that does letters and graffiti stuff. But yeah,
same.
way.
I mean, just
Yeah.
to play around, but I never took
it's
it.
dope.
Yeah, it's super dope. I'm like I trip out on those work, and I'm like, man, that's crazy how they do all that work, and I'm like, I admire that work more than just regular art, just because I'm like, yeah, I don't know how your brain works, and then that's the thing too,
Sure.
like I would do a lot of most of my art on alleys too, like. Hey, you're a graffiti artist, so like, no, I just do regular art. Like, I'm just doing a Batman on the alley on a train track, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And it's just Batman's face, and I'm like, that's all I got. I don't got lettering in me, but that's basically how it went. I didn't know nothing about spray cans, to be honest.
Were you painting? So you were working this job where you were spraying these cranes.
Yeah.
And okay, first I wanted to ask, were these like the big cranes outside, like putting up skyscrapers, like those ones that you see like 40 feet up, or 100 feet up?
Yeah, all
200?
of it.
Oh, dang.
You would get those big jobs, and those things were so heavy. And I mean, we would have them like on dollies, but you would at least need like 2 people to push it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, and then once you paint it, all the overspray that gets underneath the wheels, it makes it hard to push out.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You're pulling your back, and it's not for the weak, for sure. Even though it's just one solid color, but it does put a lot on your body. So.
For sure. And the whole day you're going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to push it out. Next one, and you're like,
That probably like, did that put something in you? Like, were you like, all right, I like painting, but I don't know if I like just painting like one color. But I like this idea of like covering stuff in paint.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the job wasn't bad. It was great. It was good pay, and it was very easy because the schedule was perfect because I like working mornings.
Nice people.
The whole like coworkers I had and supervisor, they were super cool. So that made it even more better to kind of enjoy the work, to where I didn't feel work. It just felt like repetitive a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But then you get to the point where it's like you reach the highest level of your job, and you're like, there's no more room for growth.
Yeah.
And part of me was dedicating more of my art, and so all the time that I would put in them, because you're building that company up, but you're not really doing anything to yourself. So that's when it hit me. I'm like, I need to get back on my art and try to perfect it, get better, or get into spray cans to get some big murals or projects that I see all these artists getting, and I'm like, I need to do that, focus more on that. So I went from there to like practicing. I would do exchange work with my barber at the time. And shout out to Bash, because he was a cool barber. He would cut
Shout out Bash.
He was like, hey, let's do trade work. I would cut your hair, paint my backyard.
Oh,
you have
sick.
a freedom of it. And I'm like, oh, heck yeah.
Just having somebody that wants you to paint.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
it could be
dope enough, right?
Yeah. So I'm like,
at the beginning,
let's do it. And that was kind of like my studio at the time. So I was like just practicing, perfecting, or just trying to find ways to learn the spray cans, learn the tips. And so he was cool enough. We did that a lot, and it was saving me money on my haircut. Yeah. And nowadays, it's like crazy price just to get a haircut. So it's like,
I cut my own.
Probably,
you could probably tell. Yeah.
I didn't know.
I cut it myself. I've cut it myself for like 2 years.
Nice. Hey, that's saving money. That's smart.
Yeah, and it's quick too. I don't have to drive somewhere. Yeah. I've been getting a little better at it, but. Yeah, I mean, everybody probably could tell. You're like, it looks like it was cut yourself,
That looks good from over here. I don't know. I'm not a barber.
So 10 feet, it looks all right.
Hell yeah.
So were you, before that job where you were spraying the cranes, did you like art before that?
Oh, yeah.
Or like, do you remember like when you were even like a kid, do you remember like a twinkle from art? Like, were you always like, drawing in class and stuff like that, or like, do you remember like a moment where you're like, all right, art is cool that you can like pinpoint? That was like, all right, maybe it was this art class, maybe it was like me and my friends would all paint or whatever, or draw.
Yeah, I feel like there was like a lot of multiple points in my life as a young kid that
Yeah.
would be dedicated. And a lot of my times, my family didn't know about it. Like I would be they would pick me to be like the art project, or because I
Or
would be
make this sign for
yeah,
us,
make
for
this
birthday card.
that, or be like in class we would have you would do this project on this book that you're reading together. This is like third or fourth grade, and they would make us draw a picture of it or the cover of the book on the hallway so that teachers and other students can see what we're working on.
Oh yeah.
And so when
I've seen that in some schools around
yeah,
here.
yeah, it was super cool. And I remember getting picked because you would do little examples of art, and the class would vote on it or the teacher. And I remember I would get picked, so I was like, oh heck yeah! And then it was me and this other girl.
Yeah.
And I remember I remember this story because I remember there was this one kid that lied about drawing. He brought in his older brother's drawings, and he would say like, "Oh yeah, I just drew this." So then
he had a ghostwriter.
yeah, basically. And I remember they called him out, and I remember just like calling him out because I'm like, "All right, these are your drawings. Okay, can you draw me a bird?"
Yeah.
On the spot, he kind of froze. He kind of went crickets, and I'm like, yeah, those aren't his drawings. That's too good to be at that level.
Because you can tell when I see him draw in class, and now this stuff.
So I'm like, where did this come from? Not that I was hating, but I was like, okay, get down, go off.
Yeah.
And yeah. So that was. I remember that part because I think he wanted the part, but yeah, come on, bro, don't lie.
Yeah, don't lie. Especially because you and that other girl, you guys were actually doing the dang thing.
Yeah, we were doing the thing, and it was super dope because we got to collaborate and we painted this whole cover of it, and yeah, that from there on, I just started like doing art class more seriously, and I didn't even know about it, but I remember one day getting called up because I won a competition, and I painted two birds
in school.
In school, this was like fifth, sixth grade. And
this wasn't high school.
No, this was like fifth, sixth grade.
Dang.
This is when they were giving like.
Oh yeah, whatever.
This is when they were doing like those ribbons as like a trophy.
Yeah.
Like those ribbons, and I remember that they presented it. You go up in the morning
like
announcements.
The blue ribbon and stuff? Yeah.
First place, second place, whatever. And
I never got any of those, but I saw people win them.
But yeah, I didn't. I got called up to the office. Like, hey, you got to go to the office. I'm like, oh, damn.
Getting called to the office was usually not
Bro,
good.
I know. I'm like, yeah, sixth grade. Here we
go.
You
hear that phone ring in class? You're like, oh no, I hope not.
So the good thing is that it was a good.
It was a good thing.
They just put me in front of the whole morning announcements, and yeah, like, oh, you won an award. You got to be out here presenting. I'm like, oh, heck yeah.
Bro, that's sick.
So
did teachers vote on it or the students?
I don't know how that worked, but I didn't even know I was in the competition. But my art teacher threw my piece in there, so shout out to her.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So she was your art teacher was like. Do you think about her as like or him, or was it a girl?
Well, that time it was a girl.
Do you think like were they a big inspiration, or like were they? Because my art teachers, I've said it a few times on here. I had one good one in school. The other ones are not too good.
Yeah, I feel like everybody gets those. I was failing art in high school.
Oh yeah.
So, but I didn't quit the class. Believe it or not, I didn't quit the class because I was so determined. I'm like, you're not gonna fail me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this around. We're gonna be best friends because I'm like, I'm passionate about my art.
Yeah.
I don't care. And that was when like, if you were doing a sport in school and your grades started to fall, yeah, you're not playing. You're benched.
I remember that.
Bro, I remember being benched, and I was like, all my teammates were like, dude, just drop his class. He's an a-hole. He won't pass you. He'll do it on purpose. And I was like, I don't know if I can do that.
What sport?
I was playing basketball.
Oh, basketball. Was that your main sport?
Yeah, that was main sport in high school.
Okay.
So I played that all 4 years, and I love the sport. And
what school? Can you tell what school?
Yeah, Glendale High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was all Glendale.
Shout out the Big G, dude.
Big G, G-Town over there. But yeah, I was failing it, and the guy was kind of an asshole. I'm not gonna lie, the teacher. But I'm not gonna lie. Towards the end of the school year, everything kind of switched to where he saw that I was so dedicated that I would go early before school, and I would stay after school to pick up my grade. But it came to the point where I wasn't even caring to play no more. I was like, yeah, I wanna get better at my art, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask that. Was that to play basketball, or was that because you liked the art?
It started off to me playing because I'm like, I love playing basketball.
Yeah.
To where I'm like benched now, and I'm just like, I can't play. You don't want to go to this game, just be sitting on the bench.
Sucks even more than.
So I'm like, oh, it feels dumb because I'm failing, but everybody kept telling me like, drop his class, like. I wanted to deep down just to play, but I was like, no, I can't quit on art just yet. I feel like I need to prove him wrong. So then that's where I stuck it out, and yeah, things turned. And towards the end of the year, art started getting more exciting, and that's when we would do like quick 30 seconds figures of, oh, the student go in the middle, all the tables will be around him, and they would just do like a pose and quick, oh, whoever does the best gets $5, and I sign it and I hang it up, and
Sick.
I was like killing it to where he's all like, all right.
With pencil?
Yeah, with pencil.
Yeah.
And yeah, he ended up with me signing it, and he ended up giving me $5. He put it on his wall, and I'm like, see?
We're going to the club after.
I told you.
So, okay, so from that, in what did you say, like 5th or 6th grade, where you and that girl were like kind of like the top artists, so they would choose you to paint in like the hallways and stuff?
Yeah.
Were you in art classes, like, did you care about it up until that, where you were kind of like dealing with being out of basketball? Like, what was that like in between that period? Were you still drawing? Were you still painting? Or
Yeah.
was?
I was still drawing. I'd say
I still liked it.
Yeah, I liked it to where, I mean, back then you didn't really have much besides playing video games or watching movies at home. There was like no phones or computers. It was always me drawing. Same. So a lot of the time it would be comic books. I would draw a lot of Batman, a lot of like Looney Tunes, a lot of Speedy Gonzales, a lot of the characters that I liked watching. Yeah. So
Smokey Gonzales.
There you go. So a lot of that stuff, which is cool because it just became a habit of, I want to learn, and I was perfecting it. And I think I was looking up to my brother a lot because he would draw, and there was and he was in.
Did your parents draw?
No, my parents did not draw.
Or like grandparents? Anybody like?
I don't artistic, that I know of.
Make pottery or like anything like that?
No, they just made jewelry. Like just jewelry in Mexico, but besides that, it was all like my older brother that would draw a lot.
Was he a big like inspiration?
Yeah, I would say yes because I would see his work, and I'd be like, all right, and he would like,
I gotta be better than that.
I gotta be better than that.
That was me and my older brother with skateboarding.
Yeah, I think that's the benefit that I liked that I had growing up because I had older brothers. Mm-hmm. I'm the youngest, so I'd be like,
you're youngest of how many?
Out of 4 of us.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, so I had 2 brothers and 1 sister.
Gotcha.
So I was the baby, and I feel like I needed to prove or be better than them.
Yeah.
So it was always like, whether if it was basketball, they would always like outbeat me in sports. So then I'm like, all right, let me get older. Let me get a little more muscle in me, and I'm gonna turn this around. You're not gonna punk me. And
Same with my little brother. He's like, he was bigger. He could, by about late high school, he could kick my ass, and he's also way richer than me now. You know. But hey, I love the dude. And hey, props to him.
Yeah. It's honestly, I feel like it's a big inspiration and motivation.
Yeah.
Because it pushes you. Because you see, I'm like, all right, come next season.
It's cool to see your siblings do good too. You know?
Yeah. Especially. And then, so my older brother was in art, would draw a lot. He was in high school when I was in elementary school, and there was this one big folder full of art, and he would do like, some of his friends would give him some art pieces too, whether it be graffiti or just like cholo style art, or like it was cool. And he would always save their pieces on top of his artwork. So every time he would bring it out and show me, I thought that was like, oh man, like when can I look at it again? And then he would hide it in the top of his closet. Yeah. And I'd be like, oh, when he's not here, I'm gonna try to pick another peek at it. So it was like very inspiring. Like, oh, that's money right there. That's where I want to be.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, that's so dope. Art, like, that's next level stuff.
Yeah. Older brothers always like everything they do is cool.
Yeah. You know? So you just look up to them, and so that was like a big turning point for me, where I'm like, I'm gonna be good at art, but I'm gonna try to be better than you or do it better than you.
Yeah.
And that was like my motivation from whether if it was a sport, a job, or art, and I think that's what pushed me a lot. So that helped. So shout out to them.
Yeah, you had that. Yeah, you got to shout out them because it's like they put that fire in you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they toughen me up.
I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah. They pick on your little brother a lot, so it was a lot of that. So you're like, all right, keep at it. Give me 10 more years.
Yeah.
You're gonna take. It's gonna flip.
Yeah. Okay, and then you were in high school. Did you said you did art all through that too?
Yeah, I did it.
And were you painting or like drawing, or what was your like main thing through those years? Was it mostly drawing?
That was just drawing. Yeah, we never got to painting,
Okay.
which I wish I did, but it was just all drawing. And
Same. Mostly was drawing for me. I did a little painting, but not mostly drawing.
yeah. I didn't even get to do.
Sharpies. You use Sharpies at all?
Yeah, Sharpies, maybe a little bit of pastel,
Yeah, or colored pencils.
colored pencils, and that was about it. And I was like, there's no brushwork or no watercolor, nothing yet. So then I was like, okay, but that was just something after high school that I started just picking up on my own. And
Yeah, you remember when you first painted? Like, because you did canvases before you did murals, right?
yeah, oh yeah, I started
Yeah.
off with canvases. There was a point where I struggled with faces, especially noses.
Well, you and me both.
You
I
know
think
what I mean?
everybody. Faces. I was tough. Like, if you learn how to draw a face, or you learn how to paint a face.
You can
Pause
paint.
on that. But yeah, you learn how to paint like faces. I feel like you can learn. You like it has every shape. It has every like type of. It's such a good thing to learn how to paint because there's like curves, there's shadows,
Yeah.
there's small details,
Mhm.
there's so many things that just are encompassed in a face that if you learn how to paint a like faces good, you'll be able to paint a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was like if you can paint a face, you can paint anything else.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's why so many people do portraits because it's like such a it's a hard thing to paint and such a good teacher for like painting other stuff.
Definitely.
You know.
So I did that. I was struggling a lot on that, and a lot of it was freehand. So it
Make
was
the
just,
eyes too big, the nose looks like that Napoleon Dynamite painting, you know?
Exactly.
You spend like 3 hours on your the shading on your upper lip. You know?
Making a bunch of ligers or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't until like I took a college class at GCC.
Oh yeah.
It was called live art. Basically, you have your model, your naked model in front of you, and you paint that.
Naked?
Yeah, naked, bro.
GCC's dudes.
Yeah. You had a female and a male in there.
I took the same thing in college.
Did you?
It was probably one of the coolest classes
I
I've
love
taken.
that class because
taught you fundamentals that you're like, I
Yes.
never knew this.
Yeah, and those are the things that perfected your lighting, your shadows, stuff that you don't realize that makes a huge difference in your paintings.
Yeah.
Now that you're like, I'm so glad I took that class, and I'm like, I wouldn't even be mad if I took it again, just to kind of help me on the areas that I forget sometimes or that I struggle.
Same.
Because I feel like we all kind of perfected. I'm sure I've seen your work where you perfected all your faces or shadow and lighting, and those are the stuff. Those are the stuff that I wouldn't mind taking that class again, just to get a new feel again of like a reminder, like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. Why I'm wasting too much paint on this side, where I can just work shortcuts around and But I love that class. I remember I didn't even know why I signed up, what class I signed up until I walked in.
Yeah.
And it was what I wanted, but I didn't expect it. Like
it
was weird because I went in there and I just see a bunch of easels all around, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is perfect. I got the right class then. And then next thing you know, you just see like a stage and lighting on it, and I'm like,
some dude's taking off his G-string.
Literally walking around, and I'm thinking this is the teacher.
Yo, what
and
class did I sign up for, bro?
Boom, takes it off. And I'm like, oh, okay.
This
is that type of class.
101.
101 OnlyFans, yep. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of opened things up for me and made me really focus on the type of the body, whether if it's an elbow or a leg. Yeah. Like you see all the muscle
starting from like the center, working out and like making like the shape. Yeah. Like you're doing a job, like making that shape and working out from that.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like did you feel like you from like the beginning of that class till the end, like you gained so much skill?
Oh yeah. I was like,
I feel like I've lost some from that. And I'm like, that's why I agree with you. I'm like, I'd like to go back and learn those fundamentals of like the shapes.
Yeah. And it was cool just because everybody had a different, even though we're all wrapped around, everybody had a different point of view. Oh, so if I'm looking at you straight ahead, somebody's looking at right next to me literally has a different point of view.
Yeah.
And I remember just like looking at other pieces, and it was the same person that we're all drawing, but different lighting or more darker. And I'm like, oh, that's so dope. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be you wouldn't be put on a position to where you can't get a good piece off of it.
Yeah.
But shout outs to the models, man. To sit there for at least 30 minutes to an hour.
It's
When
crazy.
it came to our final exam, man, they're there for a good minute.
Yeah.
And I felt bad, but I'm like, they're getting paid, so y'all gotta toughen up.
Yeah. Did they do ones where like they held something?
Yeah, so there was a one where they like kind of laid down and they're also holding something, and
Yeah.
I could just tell like the way she was positioned, that arm's probably dead
Yeah.
by like 10 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna feel the arm once you get up.
Yeah, dude.
But no, honestly, it was awesome because you had all different types of ages of students in there. You have older men, you had younger kids, and
Yeah.
like mid. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like I don't feel behind. I always felt behind in art. I don't know why. I always felt behind because I feel like I started so late that I feel I'm still catching up
Mm.
on things. And maybe because I'm getting older that I realize like, man, I wasted a lot of time in my 20s, and I feel like I should have been more dedicated to my art instead of just trying to party or live life and try to like do this whole get a good job, get married, get a good
Yeah.
and build a family and get a home. And so then, you know, a lot of that ties into like what you really want to do and passionate about.
Yeah.
So
I feel like if you have that like calling as an artist, or you have that in you, like that whole typical of like get married, have a nice desk job, or do you know what I mean? That just your soul will forever be like screaming at that. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Like you just I don't feel like that. It's like a putting a square in a circle hole. You know, it's never gonna fit.
yeah, you
So-
always
Shout out to people that take that risk because it is a risk.
it is.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
especially when you start, like nobody's. That's why I think you hear it so much when you're like painting a wall, like out in public. People are like, oh, "You're so talented," and I said this on a post because I was recently of Camila's, and I was saying somebody was like, "They're so talented," and I made like a little like edit. I'm like, using that word talented, I get it, but I wanted to like explain because you hear that so much. It's like it's more hard work
Yeah.
and just nights and days that people don't see
Mm-hmm.
that create talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But
It's honestly like I feel like it takes so much of your time
yeah,
that people don't realize that we invested and that we not only didn't we invest in it, but we believed so much that hey, I gotta stay up to 2 or 3 in the morning because I want to perfect this and I
yeah,
want to get better at it, and I don't mind going to work the next day at 6, 7 in the morning. That tiredness is gonna pay off later on, and
yeah,
those are stuff that people don't really talk about. Like, yeah, working through a 40, 50-hour work week, and then after that, go do what you really want to work.
yeah,
And it's not that people need to recognize or you need to put it out there so people can praise it, but it's one of those things where like yeah, when you see an artist putting in work, they did the work behind the screen.
for sure.
You didn't notice it. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing just drops.
yeah,
The only thing that's like talent is like that you were interested in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you had that feeling of like, oh, I would like to do this.
yeah, and staying consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if I feel like a lot of these artists we get so scared if we fall off. Like if we go a week without painting, you're like,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
damn, I lost it. I
And
to
feel
do-"
bad,
Yeah, you feel
right?
bad. You feel so guilty. You're like I felt like that when I went on vacation with my family, and I
Yeah.
was like,
For sure.
man, I need to go paint. I need
For
you
sure.
get that itch. You're
Oh
like,
yeah.
I need to
Especially for
paint.
like the first few days.
Yeah.
Hard to relax.
You're like, no, you need to just, you've been going at it so much that you're like, yeah, you need to slow down sometimes and just enjoy life a little bit.
Yeah, and sometimes that adds, like it'll take me like a few days to like relax, especially because like basically like if you're an artist that's doing this a lot, you're kind of like you're running your own business
Yeah.
in a way. So it takes a few days to where you're not like, oh, I got to do emails in the morning, do this, do this, do this, and then like there is something that comes from like relaxing that it helps your like I don't know your creativity, your inspiration. You know,
Yeah.
there is so there is a benefit to relaxing, but I don't know. I think most of the time, especially when you're young, it's probably better to just have your foot on the gas, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I'm
But
young.
burnout is not beneficial either, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. We've had those. You have those moments where like, oh,
Yeah.
I should have just listened to my body instead of trying to, step on the pedal and just keep going all the way until we can't.
Yeah.
Until you crash. Next thing you know, you're like, all right.
Yeah,
It's
especially
the setbacks and.
yeah, dude. Yeah. Sometimes though, like I don't know about you, but sometimes if you like push through that, you like kind of come out on the other side. You're like, oh, I'm glad sometimes it's like a fake feeling
Yes,
where it's like
all in the
I'm just
head.
like being lazy maybe.
Yeah.
And it's like or like procrastination or like whatever the artist brain is. Sometimes you have too many thoughts in your head and it kind of makes you feel like, oh, I'm tired. There's too much like decision fatigue. Where like sometimes you just push through that and you're like, oh, I'm so happy I just kept working. And then other times it's like, nah, you've been pulling 2-a-days every day. You're working on this big job out in 115-degree weather.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good to take Saturday, Sunday and just chill, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So okay, you were high school stuff. You were drawing. You started painting when? Do you remember the first painting you did?
I want to say after high school, I started painting.
Were you working at that spraying?
No, I started working there late. I want to say like in 2016, I think, around there.
Okay. Do you remember did you start with like acrylic paint? You start with oil? Did you start with spray paint?
It was all acrylic paint. Yeah, it was just basic acrylic paint or just markers. That's all I would use. And a lot of pastel too. I like working with pastel because it was even though it was messy, I liked the blending. I felt like I could use my hands more. It's like on the actual canvas instead of a brush or a pencil.
Get those like nice like gradients.
Yeah. So I liked that. It was a lot of that, and then I just remember there was moments in my life where I would just paint my wall in my room, and it would be just outlined with this pencil, with the pencil, and then next thing you know, I'm adding like some paint, and it would be just paint that I had laying around. I don't even know if it was for the bedroom. It could have been just regular canvas paint, but yeah, I remember doing that.
What were you painting on the walls?
That one,
like was it like figures and like portraits, or was it just like you're making crazy
no, it was
abstract?
A portrait. It was a portrait. It was the Joker. This is when The Dark Knight came out.
Oh, yep. Love that movie.
And yeah,
that movie's so sick.
Yeah, so hands down to Heath Ledger. That was like, I need to paint him in my room. I was a big Batman fan, so yeah. I remember I stayed up like pretty late. This is like high school time. So I remember my mom waking up like at 3 in the morning. Is like, why is this light still on? She goes in there and she's like, and I'm just like, oh, I need to be in bed. She's like, yeah, you need to be in bed. I'm like,
hey, that's better than catching you doing other stuff.
Exactly.
You know? Blowing smoke out the window or something. Drinking beers or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm late talking to a girl. At least you're like painting, doing cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So she was supportive. She was very supportive. She's like, she would just shake her head like, all right, don't stay up too late. Yeah. And just close the door like, all right, cool.
That's a good parent.
So, yeah. And so I went from there. I remember getting my own apartment and I did like a big old like Mexican eagle. And that was just like of those Home Depot cans.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember like...
spray paint cans?
Yes.
Oh,
from Home Depot. And just imagine painting it in your own room in an apartment. Oh, yeah, the fumes. Yeah. Oh. That's when it kind of like...
Hire on your own supply.
Hire on your supply. Facts.
But, yeah, bro. Inside spray painting is so rough.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of masking. You know, masking and wearing the mask. And even then, it's you know,
I feel like even though they made water-based paint now, I feel like that's still even strong. Yeah. Like, I don't know why, but like I've tried it before. I'm like, you know what? I'll do this project, even though it's indoor. I'll knock it out with a spray can. I'll get some water-based colors. And I'm like, oh, this smells funky too. And I'm like, I don't like the chemical smell. So I'm like, all right, I'll just stick to paintbrush. Yeah. And rollers or whatever. And
most of the time, I feel like paint, like a brush, usually ends up being easier indoors. Yeah. But then there's some stuff where it's like, you got to do this big area. Like spray paint's so much faster.
Yeah. And dries quicker. And you're not sitting there blending colors. So
yeah. Okay. Was there anything we missed in like the growing up years? Because I want to get to like kind of like more recent stuff. But was there anything like we missed in like the like, The early years?
No, I want to say that was it. I started off 13 years old, just drawing, sketching, and then from there I went on to school. School, I did some art classes in high school, same thing. And then after that, I think life happens where you try to land a good job,
Yeah.
you know, try to make money. You're chasing money more than anything.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was just like just growing up, trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life.
Yeah.
It's not until like later on that I got back into my art. And I want to say like around 2018, that's when I started like, all right, buying more canvases, putting in more work in canvas work, all brush, acrylic. Um, and so at the time when I was doing canvases, I didn't know that the difference between acrylics and oils. So what I would do is like, because I didn't have some acrylic colors, I would get oil colors and just mix them together. And I didn't know
this
that.
color looks nice.
Yeah, like this is
oh,
a
they're
color.
on sale.
Yeah. So I would mix them with my acrylics, and I would just do it and just paint on it, and it worked for a good time until like you're not supposed to.
Like, why are some of these not drying?
Yeah. You're like, this one's not taking forever to blend. I need to add more, and
Yeah.
so I had no idea with that. So I just wanted to paint, and it was a lot of portrait. And then that's when it motivated me to do First Friday.
Yeah.
At the time, I was just like, I don't even know who to contact. I just remember I did a research. I found a Roosevelt Rose page or something, and I finally got an email back saying like, oh yeah, we can definitely take you in. I'm like, all right, cool, because I would go to First Friday a lot.
Yeah.
And I would see all the artists, and I'm like, man, this is inspiring. Like this is like everybody that would tell me like you should be in those booths. You should be in those booths. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I didn't feel good enough to be out there and thinking that
Yes,
your paint will sell, and it's not until you do it and then you sell some and you're like, all right, I can do it.
Did you have imposter syndrome the first week?
Oh yeah.
Same.
Yeah, man.
You're like, because you'd been around First Friday, and now you're like, I'm setting up a booth. And people are gonna know I'm a fraud. You know what I mean? I had that same feeling.
Yeah, and then a lot of people wouldn't want to pay with cash, so you had to get like the squares and so all those little where they can sell you. And,
yeah.
At the time, people would just swipe their card on those, so I had to get like those square readers, and I didn't know none of that. So I'm like jumping around, buying that stuff, not even able to set up a PayPal account, all these things to where I could get paid and not get lost with money or lose a client. So yeah, I did that for like 2 or 3 months, and that's where I landed my first mural.
Oh.
My first mural
from somebody at First Friday.
First Friday, and this person.
That's what's up. That was worth it, then.
Bro, yes, seriously, it wasn't paid, but
Shout out.
it's still something.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a customer that lived in.
Oh, it wasn't paid?
Was it?
It wasn't paid?
No.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So
my first was such a small. It was basically not paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had all the cans. She was just more of like, it was one of those things where they convinced you like, oh, you can do a tax write-off for you or stuff like that. And I'm like,
I don't even know what taxes are.
What does that mean? I'm like, okay. I'm like, you know what? You're giving me the freedom to paint in your business.
Yeah.
Let me just do it to get my foot in the door.
Was this after the barber?
Yes.
Okay, it was after the barber.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. And I didn't know nothing about really tips too. I was still learning from it.
Yeah.
And that was like my first. And she had like, so she was she worked at a salon, but it was a salon that was kind of like attached to her home, but she made a business out of it.
Yeah.
And she had good clientele. And so she's like, yeah, I just want something on the side of the building and anything that's Hispanic, or I'm a big Frida. So I'm like, okay. Like,
inside or outside?
Outside.
Okay, yeah.
So I remember just like, yeah, I'm for it. I'm down.
Yeah.
I just remember I had already bought a bunch of Cobra cans from that Lemoncade. And I'm like, yeah, I have the cans. Let's do it. And yeah, I look back at it. Terrible. And I'm like.
Same, bro. Same.
And the fact that she found that, like, amazing. So I'm like, I don't care. I'll take that.
She got it for free.
She got it for free.
Yeah.
And I got a canvas on a wall. And I was like, I wanted to put that on my portfolio.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of artists that feel like they nailed a nice mural that think that, oh, that's it. You made it. Yeah. I know. I learned that the hard way. Like, oh, no. No, you got to build your portfolio. You got to put more work into it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, this is not for me. And that's when you start doubting yourself. You're like, and nobody's hitting me up.
Yo, dude.
So you go through that phase. Yeah.
This, you know, it's
So
all over. And those times where you feel like, yes, this one's gonna be like, this is gonna change everything. Usually doesn't do.
yeah, it doesn't. It
doesn't
gets barely like maybe 2 likes.
Yeah, it's
No
more of just
shit.
a steady, and I think that's probably healthier. It's not as like enjoyable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be nice to just have like, yes, I'm make it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's done. I'm set for life. But nah, I think it's healthier to have like a steady. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I think it keeps you honest
grounded.
with your work.
Yeah. It humbles you.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that you had I feel like that's what we can relate. Where we started from the bottom.
Yeah.
We hustled our way and perfected our craft.
Yeah.
And I feel like nowadays people try to get the answer, like, hey, how did you paint out? How do you land that job? But I'm like, you got to put in the work first. I'm like, I don't mind sharing my knowledge. I can guide you. I can show you. But if you're not willing to put the work, you're not gonna get what you want right now. And people try to find shortcuts. People are like, oh, I want to do that, or how did you get that? And so I would get those answered. Till now, like they would reach out and ask me, like, I can show you, but if you're just looking for this for the money and you're not really passionate about,
it's gonna be a rough road.
Yeah, you're gonna be stuck like this for a while.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm always like. You know, people and you know, everybody's opinion is viable, I guess, but people worry about like new people coming up or whatever. And I'm like, hey. We were all coming up at one day too, and I'm very thankful to the people that like shared information. But they probably only shared that because they saw that we were dedicated to it. And then also like it's gonna take a long time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're staying working on your craft, the people that are just starting, they're gonna be 15 years behind you. You know what I mean? So it's like, as long as you keep working, you shouldn't be. I don't think you should really feel like, these people are going to be stealing jobs from me. It's like,
yeah, no, it's one of those things where there's plenty of food on the table for all of us, you know.
For sure.
And I feel like that's the good thing about all of the artists is that we bring something different.
Yeah.
And it's like honestly, a lot of these artists stand out. Whether if it could be the same same design, but they'll have a different style with it, and that's them. That's what makes an artist. Like we're all bringing something new to the table, different dish, and that's inspiring for all of us. Like I'm glad you're on this table. I'm glad to be on the table with you.
Yeah.
Because we can motivate, we can inspire, we can help.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I really like the art community, because man, that's why I feel so behind. So I'm like, man, where are these people at? And to be in the group now, I'm like, oh, this is dope. Now I'm more motivated, more inspired. I'm glad that I met you guys. I'm glad that we're all from Arizona. It's one of those things where and it's shout out to everybody, man, here in Arizona, and making a living off your art. That's a flex already. Yeah. So to me, I'm like, that's dope. You could be 9 to 5.
God for it. That's so sick.
So it's you ever get those thoughts? Yeah, that ever hits you to where bro, you just paid a bill, your home, your house bill because of your art.
Yeah.
Or you just paid your mortgage because of your art. And I'm and it's one of those things where you don't think about until it hits you when you're dang, that's dope.
Yeah, because it kind of comes, it's like a slow trickle.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta reflect on it and be like, yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
That is something you should be very proud of.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things where you gotta be humble of what you got.
Yeah.
How far you made it, and just the fact that you did put the work in, and you can just tell who's been putting the work. You can just tell who's oh yeah, there's a reason why you're here in this world. There's a reason why you made a career out of it.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Smokey Joe's here getting clientele like crazy.
I'm a Nepo baby.
So yeah, that's super dope. To me, I'm I always think about that sometimes where I'm
yeah.
When we land crazy big jobs or big name companies, I'm that's so dope.
Well, dude, speaking of big names, you've worked for Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
You worked for the Suns. I mean, those two are probably like the most recognizable names.
Oh yeah.
Probably the most in Phoenix, right?
Yes, yes.
Besides Rafi. You know?
That guy's everywhere. Yeah, that's crazy.
What were those experiences like?
Oh man, it was honestly.
Which one first?
I would say
Cardinals or Suns?
I think the Cardinal was first.
Cardinals first.
We're kind of
Okay.
back to back, to be
Yeah.
honest. Because I remember I did the Cardinal one in October, I think, and then
Yeah.
it was the Suns in November. So it was kind of like back to back.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that until like I went back and looked at it. I'm like, oh, damn, that was the same year. That was the same. Like
What a
literally.
good feeling though.
Oh
huh?
man, like it was so.
Especially you grew up here, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
So
it's one of those
that's
things.
gotta feel so dope.
Yeah, man. I was like, it's crazy because you look back at when you tell yourself like one day I'm gonna design something for them. One day I'm gonna do a mural for them. And
Did you even imagine doing it for the Cardinals and Suns?
No, I
Like
remember.
you're like, maybe I'll paint for a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even that seemed dope,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like I remember just saying it out loud. I'm like, just wait, but never to really like, boom, hey, Cardinals are calling you. Oh, Phoenix Suns are calling you. They want
You
you
got
to
a
create.
mural in the Cardinal Stadium.
Yeah, so you too. So I'm like, bro, like that's why I'm like, it's crazy, bro. Shout out,
Shoo!
flowers, bro, flowers.
Yeah, bro.
So you deserve the flowers. So I'm like, it's amazing feeling to go through that motion, especially since you grew up here. You're a fan of them.
yeah.
I've watched them my whole life. I've gone to the stadiums multiple times to watch games and to actually walk in there. And I think the crazy part is, yeah, you see your mural in the stadium, but to have somebody buy your own merch, and this is strangers, just you've never met. They're just Suns fans, and they see the item of the game, and they're running to the shop, and they're just purchasing. They're hitting all the sizes, and and shout out to my lady though, because she was there right next to me, and she was like promoting me all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
he designed it, he designed it.
Your
So-
wife is awesome.
So it was dope, and I was like, I'm very humble, so I'm like, nah, stop.
Yeah.
Let him just purchase it. What if they're gonna regret it? What if they regret it? Like, oh, you designed it, never mind.
Yeah.
But no, she was like so supportive from the beginning. Anybody that was wearing it, anybody that got a free toss, like she would just brag about me, make sure like, hey, this is
That's so
ours.
nice,
So
yeah.
it's like, man, she was so supportive. So
Yeah.
I love the experience, but she made it a little bit more better because of that recognition.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was honestly, I was in shock that whole time. That whole game, I was a little nervous.
The Suns game?
Yes. Remember just sitting there and just getting prepped. You're gonna be put on stage, and you're gonna, even though you're not saying nothing, but you're gonna be tossing your shirt to
Yeah.
potential, other fans.
Yeah.
It's just like,
What are they gonna make me do?
yeah. So I remember like, I need a drink. I need something to calm my nerves because I'm like
You're
sweating.
throwing them out.
But it was awesome, man. I remember my best friends went, and my brother and his lady went. So it was awesome to have them there
Yeah, that's
and to
dope.
witness it. So it was cool. It was, till this day I'm still shocked. I remember I framed my shirt design. I put it up in my room. So I'm
Dude,
like-
that's so sick.
So I'm like, that's when in a lifetime am I gonna tell myself, younger me, hey, you're gonna make a T-shirt for the Suns or a mural for the
Right.
Cardinal? Like,
Yeah.
I know we've both done both accomplishments, but how was yours? Like, I remember after me, I feel like you were like up next. I saw you at the stadium too, and then I remember the Phoenix Suns ones right after.
Yeah, it was kind of a similar.
Right? Which is dope. That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're growing together, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah, bro. Dude, I got hit up from both of them just on Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Both from what's his name? Kobe.
Kobe, yeah.
Yeah,
Kobe's
Kobe.
so dope.
Yep, and then the Cardinals. Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll bleep those names out. I don't know if we need to.
Yeah.
Probably not. Who cares? Who cares? We don't give the last name. But yeah, they both hit me up on Instagram. So like, dude, it was a good feeling.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
being like, most in a perfect world, you just get hit up from clients. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that's the best clients probably that you've ever had. Like, is when people hit you up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
any
yeah.
job where like, because I still to this day will reach out to people and be like, hey, like I really like your work. Can I do a mural for you at this company? Like whatever. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'll still do that to this day, especially when things are slow. But when people reach out, it means they actually like my work already.
Yeah.
So there's not a sales thing there.
That's
Like the
it.
salesy part of art feels like not that good, you know?
Yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
not really a salesy guy anyway. So like when people reach out, it's such a better feeling. And then not to mention, it's like sports teams. Like how many, like how many Chick-fil-A's are there in the, or how many McDonald's are there in America? Like you pay for one of those, like that's cool. There's like whatever, thousands. How many football teams are there?
Yeah.
It's like not that many at all.
That many, yeah.
How many basketball teams are there? It's not. So to be able to paint for one, that like is such a cool experience.
Yeah.
And like the state, have it in the stadium, have a shirt, really cool, really cool.
Okay.
I enjoyed the Cardinals one. Yeah, I enjoyed the Cardinals.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember just being in there with a group of artists, and I'm like, man, like I think I was a little overwhelmed when I was like picked to do one at the Cardinals because I
Did
look
you
at
know other artists were picked?
No, I didn't.
Same.
Until like
I knew.
yeah.
I thought they just.
Yes.
Like
yes.
I was like, I don't know if they're picking other artists, but I told him they were like, yeah. Anyway, I didn't think that anybody else was picked. I was like, hey, I know some other names, and he's like, we're good, but I didn't know anybody else was.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dang, how did I get picked with all these dope artists?
Same. I'm
and
like,
then we went to that tailgate.
yes,
Dude, that was so fun.
yeah,
bro.
that was a memory literally stuck in my head to where I'm like, you have Isaac, you have Ashley, you have Shelly, like all these dope artists
Yeah.
that I looked up to, and I'm like,
yeah.
and then
Bro.
I'm there too. I'm like, that's dope. I'm like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm like, it was a good feeling to like.
Yeah.
I feel like because we looked up to these dope artists in here that are kind of paving the way, and to be called up to them, it was like, oh, okay, did we make it? Are we at the
National
level?
Football League?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was so dope. That
Yeah.
was a good time.
But to going back, that was one of those things where like when I was talking with Mike with Big M, I was like, bro, this is gonna be it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you felt that, but I'm like, this is gonna change. You know, and it's kind of like it was a cool opportunity.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it changed, but
Yeah, I know. I feel like everybody feels the same way. I'm like, any other sports teams that want to hit us up?
Yeah,
Like, come on now.
Yeah, for real.
No, I get it.
But it's cool. It's like one of those things that you got on your resume
Yeah.
that is like there's a limited amount of NFL teams, and you've been or stadiums, and you got a mural in there like that. That already legitimizes you over like. Imagine when you were first an artist. If you're like, hey, Cardinals, can I put a mural in your? You know, they'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
So you had to have earned that,
Yeah.
and that only comes with like time, and what I would say would be respect in the art world.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel like that's another thing too that's benefit about social media. And I'm like, social media is so big and it could be so good to you at the times where
Yeah.
all my work has been through social media, word to mouth. It was, don't get me wrong, I did the same thing. I would reach out, I would go to businesses and drop
Yeah.
off my business card or number, or
Yeah.
you know, like the hustle is always gonna be there.
Yeah.
And we're gonna continue to do that regardless. Doesn't matter where we end up. I feel like we're still gonna be the same
Yeah.
person because that makes us artists.
Yeah.
Is, you know,
Can't lose that.
can't lose that. So when
It just changes.
yeah, it changes. You get a little bit better at it. Your wording
Yeah.
gets better. Your emails get better. and
Discretion.
your sales get better or
Yeah.
whatever. But I feel like social media, man, does such a good job with that because, believe it or not, I feel like a lot of us get in our heads when we put artwork out and we think like, oh, nobody's gonna care about this. But keep in mind, if me and you got hit up by one of the top sports companies, that means that, hey, you got eyes on you regardless. So at the same time, you never know when you're going to get that call, that email, that message, that DM, like, hey, I want you to design something. And it just takes that one person to change that life, to push you or to give you the open door. And I feel like that's what's so powerful with social media nowadays, which I love. That we can share artwork, we can share platforms, we can share our profiles to companies. And companies nowadays, I mean, it's all through social media when they promote, whether if it's New Jersey's coming out or the scheduling. So it's so good about that. That's the benefit about social media, because you have eyes on you regardless if you think you're not. So I don't, that would be my biggest thing, because I feel like I'm a big believer in that. And I feel like I talk about this to my lady, and she's all like, "You're always on your phone," and I'm like, "Yeah," but I'm like, you know, you get you're always on your phone. I'm like, but it's like I feel like I need to be kept up with social media and make sure I have content out, make sure
and consistent.
So it's one of those things where like you do have eyes on you, even though it may not feel like it, and you may feel discouraged, or you may feel like, oh, these little jobs are nothing. But no, like just keep putting work, man. Like
consistency like legitimizes you as an artist, right? Because anybody can paint by numbers and post a painting one day, and it's like, oh, that looks awesome. Or paint something, you know, whatever, at like a paint and wine class, you know? But consistency over time, showing that you work with clients and the clients validate you, whether they collaborate or they just post a thumbs up in your comments or whatever. Like all that stuff over time, it proves that you're like legitimate, and that you also like know what you're doing and back it up. With like a good response from the client. So you put that over a month, it's not that much. You know, you work for one client, it's not that much. But you put that over 8 years, put that over 10 years, then there's validation for any other client that sees you. They like your work. It's like, oh, all right, I'm gonna look back. Okay, that's why I think like, yeah, there's the bad parts of social media, of course. But like, there's never been a better time, I think, for artists. You know,
absolutely.
To be able to just show that side of their work. You know, before it was like you had to go through galleries and you had to get validated by the gatekeeper at the gallery. You know, and it's like it's a great time. There's a bad time. I mean, it's like the yin and the yang. With every good, there's bad that comes too.
Right. Just gotta be prepared for those moments too.
And
I feel like sometimes we're our biggest critics as artists.
So I think that's actually an important thing. But go on.
Because I feel like I don't know, a lot of artists are very perfectionist. I feel like we can never leave a painting away. We can never. I had that hard where I'm like, I don't know when to walk away from a painting.
Absolutely.
And so when it comes to like, okay, sometimes there's like, because there'll be certain murals or paintings that you may not notice, the client might not notice. There's like 2 different color blends there that I need to make sure I put on, but they may not notice. We notice it, and you won't be satisfied in here, and that just makes you authentic, because you're like, that's the whole purpose of an artist. Like, hey, you won't be satisfied unless you completed like all the check marks in your art, and make sure that, hey, I'm okay to walk away with this piece. And the clients be like, okay, this is why you are the artist. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Because you probably had clients that like 2 or 3 days before you're finished, they're like, what are you doing still here? You know, or like, I thought it looked good yesterday. You're here again.
Yes.
I think that's what separates why you're still here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why artists that stick with it is because you've probably had clients that are like, it looks great, I'm happy, and you're still getting the same amount of money whether you leave today or you're leaving 2 days. But you're like, nah, I'm gonna stay and make it even better. And then that 2 days later, they're like, wow, it looks so much better. But I would have been happy 2 days before. But you gave them way more than you gave them way more. You know what I mean? You gave them more value to their money. And whether like it's for you or it's for them, they got more out of it and you got more out of it. And that's just that care. And also that criticism, I think, that like, I've noticed it with every good artist, or with a lot, not everyone, but with a lot, is like, there's a healthy level of like criticism of your own self that I think is good. You don't want to get to where you're like, I suck, I'm,
Sorry.
depressed
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? And crazy. But like, I think there's a healthy level of like, I am not as good as I should be on every mural. And like, this next mural is going to be better because the second you finish this one, you're like, I see everything I could change and do better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always try to make my next mural way better than the one I just finished.
Yes.
Because I think that mentality is like
healthy,
and it's honestly pushing boundaries, it's challenging you and making sure that you're still growing. Because I feel like we're not perfect on our eyes. We're not perfect. We're like, I know I can do a better job next time, or you know what, the next one I do, I'm gonna go extra. And I think every like kind of like how you said, regardless if it was under budget or if it wasn't, you know, there, you're still. In my head, I'm gonna leave with my name on this, so I want to make sure that I'm representing myself at my highest as I can.
Yep.
Whether if that's the last name I'm carrying for my family, I look back at all that like, all right, I'm carrying this last name, and I'm making sure that this last name it's doing good for my family and my tree. Like I think about those stuff to where I'm like, if I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go all in. Whether if it's a simple job or if it's under budget, I'm still gonna do my best. Like if I'm getting paid millions on this piece for you. Yeah. And that's how I want to walk away with it. A lot of people really like, they'll do the minimum, like, oh well, if we only have this, like, all right, well I can just do this, and I'm like, get done quick. It's cool, collect the money, but at the same time, there's still that creativity in you that still wants to paint because you fell in love with the paint. Yeah. And
I noticed that in you.
So I'm like, I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to like just put like this wall, like, oh, I can only just do this because this is all they got. Like, that's all you got? Cool. I'll still do a dope piece for you. I'll still do the extra details. And some of them would be straight up like, hey, this is our budget. You don't have to be detailed. But I'm like, okay, you came to me for a reason. I'm going to give you my work. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that, you get a piece of my work because people reach out to you because they love your work. They love your style. They love what you put out. And don't get me wrong, not every client's going to have that budget. Right. But when they do, like it makes it way better. Yeah. But sometimes it also humbles you, and it's the point where I'm like, I'm just happy that you want to hire me. Like,
you take it back to those days working at First Friday. Yes, it's like I'm thankful that somebody wants to buy it, and now the price. I mean, that price is not today's price, but you still got to be thankful for those people that still buy it and like put on a show.
Yeah, that took a risk for you, like.
And be happy with the work that you do. Yeah. Like, I don't want to sign my name on something ever. Like, put in a gallery, put it on a wall, where I'm not like, all right, that I'm proud of. Yeah. And sometimes months go by, years go by, and you're like, now I'm not as much. But at that time, I always want to leave being like, all right, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good mentality to have. Like, you're just like, I'm proud of the piece that I just put out or left in your business. Mm-hmm. And I think just that. I feel like there's moments, like I said, there's moments that will hit you where you're just like taking it in and you don't think about like, hey, this client just put you in their budget this year. This client came to a professional and you're the professional, and you're like, to me, to this day, I don't feel like a professional artist, but I've been doing this going on 3 years now. Yeah. And it's like, I need to put that in my head, because in my head I'm like, I don't consider myself like a career-wise. It's a good career. I feel like, oh, it's just that kid that paints. Oh,
I think imposter syndrome is a healthy thing. Yeah. I keep saying healthy. I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know if being negative on yourself is healthy, but I think it is conducive to good art.
Yes. Yeah, because it brings all that out of you. I think the emotion, everything that's kind of your thoughts, your feelings of yourself, you pour it on the art. Yeah. And I feel like,
imagine you quit. The client's like, oh, that looks good. You should just finish today. And you're like, all right, cool. Yeah. I'll take my paycheck. Is that gonna make you get better?
No.
Probably not, right?
Not even. If you live by that, you're gonna be stuck like that for a good minute. Yeah. And there's no evolution in that. You're just stuck on I feel like you're stuck in a repetitive. Might as well just be back in the warehouse painting the same thing over if you're gonna just take that minimum. And I think that as us artists, at least for me, I don't like to limit myself. I like to kind of, oh, you threw me something that I haven't done. yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll take the challenge. And I feel like that's what helps us grow.
Yeah.
It helps us push each other, whether if it's spray cans or airbrush or paintbrush. I mean, there's so much ways you can do art.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's good to get uncomfortable when you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need those reminders. I'm like, oh dang, I haven't done abstract in a minute or minimal art, and I'm like, I'm so used to doing portraits or detailed realism to where I go back to minimalism or abstract, and I'm like, oh, this is something different. I haven't
Yeah.
picked that. I need to really pick at it because there's a whole platform with this type of art, and
Yeah, getting out of that comfort zone.
yeah, so
That's why I think, in a way, client work, and I'm kind of in a spot, and I say this, but I still take on client work where it's not all my creative freedom. The price is right, but like I'm trying to gear towards more of like, and it takes a lot of hard work, but to do more work that is just your creative freedom, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard transition from that.
Yes.
But on the positive side of client work is you get a full array of different stuff that maybe you would never painted. You know what I mean? Or maybe you would never have came up with, and they have like, all right, we want kind of this sort of thing. And it does, I think there's a lot of benefit in taking those jobs, especially in your early years. And even whenever, if you can make it your own and still make it cool, I feel like that teaches you so much because it keeps you kind of on your toes of like, all right, maybe I just like painting aliens, but like this client wants me to paint a dog, or whatever, a mountains, a landscape.
Yeah.
And I think all that stuff you can learn from it, and you can make it your own and make it cool. And yeah, I think there's a lot of benefit to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay, I got to go to the bathroom really quick.
Go ahead, do your thing.
You got to go?
No, I'm gonna get more.
Oh
beer.
my gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh, you've been crushing. This has been so fun, dude. This has been a good episode,
like
dude.
We're just kicking back,
yeah, dude.
talking, venting.
Yeah, that's what I love about this. I think it's
I feel
so
like
fun.
It's very it's one of those things where like it's kind of hard to have these conversations with your partner or your family because I feel like they wouldn't be able to understand you.
Yeah.
They're just hearing you and like, okay, what do you say back? But when you have somebody else that can relate, that's gone through situations that you have or that can experience the same things you have, it's like, all right, you don't feel so alone. You just feel like, all right, you get me, or we get you guys, or yeah. So it's good to feel that way. It's good to kind of just lay back and just, hey, let's just talk to each other. Let's learn about each other. Let's learn our experiences.
For sure.
And I feel like that's like I love the art community because there's a lot of artists that I've never met before.
Okay, we're back. I'll keep some of that in though.
Are you good?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of artists out there that are, even though you've never met, and they're willing to still share their knowledge and to even take their time away to do that. Like, that's dope. Like, to me, I think that's dope. Even though I've looked up to a lot of artists, and then to have feedback or to say something or to help me out, like, it's always good to feel like recognized and to feel like, okay, I don't feel so left out.
Yeah.
Like, you're bringing me in the circle. You're bringing me in because, I don't know, we'd like to support each other.
Do you remember, like, because, like, artists that you reached out to early that, like, gave you some? Because I remember Price, Goodman, Isaac.
Those were your top?
Isaac Caruso and Nyla Lee. All the three of them. Nyla helped me with a few things, but, like, she helped me, for sure. So I got to put her up there. But Isaac and Price have been, like, were consistent through, just because I talked to them more. Okay. Not because Nyla wasn't answering, but like she definitely was somebody that answered. But like I talked to Price and Isaac a lot more.
Yeah, Nyla was one of them actually that I would follow. So I followed her, Isaac, just a lot of these dope artists before I even got to like the mural scene. Before I made like my footprint.
Yeah.
But I would remember talking to Nyla because I would run into her sometimes at First Fridays, or I'd see her sell her stuff.
Yeah.
Or her getting down. I picked at her brain. I'm like, oh man, I mean, she was super nice. She was super dope. She even gave me some encouraging words, and she told me like, hey, just start off in the backyard. Like, you're gonna start off not making money, but even if it's free, it's still a canvas. It's still a portfolio spot. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. So then I'm like, all right, cool. Because as an upcoming artist, you feel some type of way even asking questions to top artists.
Yeah.
So you feel like,
feel so below.
yeah, you feel so below. You feel like
Yeah.
they're not gonna tell me nothing. Like
Yeah.
this guy just wants the answers, but it's not until like you get at their level, and some of them will be like, oh no, like this is how I did it. It may work for you, it may not, but I don't mind sharing this with you. And I'm like, oh heck yeah. So
Yeah.
that kind of helped me.
Yeah.
In a way to where I'm like, that's smart. I should do it in the backyards or do it.
Helps you avoid a lot of like issues and
Yes,
things like
yes.
that. You still gotta make those mistakes, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
made it, a ton, but yeah, it helps you so much. You probably have people that reach out to you now.
Yeah, I do.
That's cool,
I even
man.
have tattoo artists reach out to me, and I thought that was like, what? You're a tattoo artist, like coming to me? I'm like, I should be coming to you, because I'm like, I don't know. I always looked at tattoo artists as like, oh, they're up there, like they don't need
Bro,
help from a
tattooing is
muralist or artist, like
crazy.
So, but no, I would get a lot of tattoo artists reaching out, like, hey, how do you get into this? And I'm like, I thought that was dope, and I'm like, oh damn, like you want some pointers, you want some help? I don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I feel like if you know they're passionate about it and they're
Yeah.
serious about it, I don't mind sharing any knowledge. I would even like, hey,
To a
I'll
T,
come
yeah.
over, let's hang out, let's have a spray stash or let's have a paint stash, let's do it.
Yeah.
And you can ask all the questions, you can pick at my brain or whatever. As long as you're serious about it
That's the thing, yes.
and you're not just wasting my time. Because
Yes.
if you're just here like, I don't know, to find shortcuts or find ways to jump ahead of me, or because people will ask those questions, they're like, hey, how did you land that job? And I'm like, oh, do you paint? You're like, no, but I just want to know. I'm like,
You gonna reach out to him?
and I'm like, well, if you're not serious about this,
Yeah.
why do you need to know these answers?
For sure.
And it's one of those things where I'm like, just gotta pick your peoples that are serious about this and they are dedicated.
Yeah.
Because you know who's passionate about it, who's serious about it. And I'm like, okay, those people I'm willing to work with.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same thing goes with these other artists that I've reached out or that I follow or ask questions. And a lot of the times they're asking me questions too. So
Yeah, they saw it in you. It's
yeah,
like,
they're like,
"Oh,
okay, this guy's about it. And it's one of those things where it finally clicks where you're like, this guy isn't just all talk.
Yeah.
He's about it. He's putting the work. He's out there hustling. Regardless if he has a big job, if it's a small one, he's still putting in work. Those
Yes.
things we notice, and we're like, okay,
Especially if you've been there already.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're where you're at now, like you can see the people that are like, are working at it, or they're just wanting like a quick,
yeah,
the
quick attention.
magical answer
Yeah.
when there is none. But like they're wanting something like
Yeah,
that, or they're
yeah.
just wanting to like, how can I make money off of? How can I work for that same job that you did? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they haven't done, nothing.
Yeah.
It's like a little less, definitely less advice to those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but a lot of the artists that I followed, so supportive. That some of them never even met till this day, but we follow each other and we'll give advice or they'll share some knowledge to me.
Yeah.
But then you'll have some artists throughout the day that I finally met that have been supportive to me. Like I remember
Yeah.
early on, it was was one of them. He came
Yeah.
out to look
Just
at
the man.
Man, that the dude came out and made me feel so welcome, even just to pulling up and seeing what I'm working
Yeah.
on. And Backpack too. Man, she's
Yeah,
super dope.
Backpack.
So
Dope.
bringing her up.
So talented as
Yes,
an artist. I
man.
want to have her on here shortly.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot of artists that I'm like, hey, I haven't reached out yet because I have just people scheduled and whatever, but like yeah, if I've talked to you and you're a cool artist, I have plans to have you on. So,
Yeah.
and she's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Because I think she's awesome.
She's super dope. So what's crazy is when I was working at that warehouse and I was putting out some work, after I did that one salon for that lady,
Yeah.
she reached out. She's all like, you're never gonna be satisfied by working for somebody until you actually quit and work for yourself. And I remember like, yo, this is
advice,
Backpack. This
bro.
is Backpack telling me this. I looked up to her work and I thought she was so dope, killing it.
Bro,
And I'm like,
yeah.
she's not wrong. It was just me being so scared
Yep.
to make the decision and to even make the jump. And I'm like, you're not wrong. And then it's not until I did it Yeah, it's scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's gonna be scary because
yeah,
you're going
I don't know
to.
that paycheck's coming every 2 weeks.
Yes, you're so accustomed to like having that paycheck every 2 weeks or every week,
Yeah.
and so now
Insurance.
the insurance. So all these things that you've got so accustomed and just like that's like your safety net to where like okay, it is. You do have to take risks in life, and sometimes the biggest ones are very rewarding towards the end.
That's why most people don't do them.
Oh, and I just remember doing that. I'm like, if I land one big job, I'm gonna quit. And I landed at one big job.
You remember which one it was?
Yes, it was my very first big mural. It was for a credit union bank, and it was where I did those hands kind of holding. It was for Glenda. It was in Peoria, like 43rd in Peoria.
Did it have a blue-faced guy?
Yes, that was my dad.
With the that's your dad?
That's my dad. Yeah.
Bro, I swear to you, and it had Glendale at the bottom.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I feel like that was like a key and a lock moment for you. I don't know if it was for you as the artist, but like looking, I feel like you just been on a tear since then. Because that was a huge mural.
Yeah, it was.
And I feel
huge.
like from that, you've just been like, all right, once the door's unlocked and I'm in, I'm going.
Yeah. Honestly,
and I think that's inspiring.
Yeah, that's honestly how I felt because I was like, the reason I feel like I even felt more like that is because I had the creative design on it. So I was able to imprint my dad that people don't even know about that.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
And my dad, my parents didn't know about it either until I surprised them. I even have a video of them getting emotional, my mom getting emotional.
Bro,
so
put your dad in the murals.
Yeah, so it was just legendary for me.
Yeah,
to leave that footprint of my family and for the city of Glendale. So I was like, yeah, if I'm gonna go big, I'm gonna go off on it. At least to make my footprint. I'm like, hey, I should be doing this. You should be hiring me. You should, like, all the things that went to my head.
Yeah.
But man, I had Just pull up and I had a backpack pull up on me. Sick. And the one time I wasn't there, backpack pull up and still left me a note on the lift. And I'm like, man, that's a true person that I'm like, man, she's so awesome. So,
she is.
Because when you're working as a young artist and you're still trying to make your name, the support is not always there. Yeah. But to have top artists to come down.
Sometimes from the closest people too.
Yeah. So it's like, it's very inspiring and very motivating to where I idolize these people, I follow them, and I admire their work to where they inspire me to make the change, to quit. And it's like, man, I can never repay them for that moment because it lifted my spirits up to make me think that I am doing something right with my art. Yeah. So for them to take the time away and just to come in, hey, I want to see what you're working on because even though this is your first big one, like I know how it is in the beginning. The support may not always be there in the beginning, and which is totally normal and it's fine. Yeah. But those little moments of them taking the time and coming out and showing, giving you love, it's huge.
Yeah, it means so much.
Yeah, because they make you feel grounded and make you feel at their level, even though you look at them like, nah, I'm not even at your level. I'm here barely on a big mural and you guys are like way beyond past me. And so that's one of the things why I say I feel like I'm still catching up because I feel like I came so late on it. But yeah. So those are the one of like cool people that I've got to experience that and it kind of helped me push and
dude,
to be here now.
To them.
Yeah, just
shout out to people like. And you hope that you can be that for somebody else. You know what I mean? Because like how important that is to have even just another artist like that you look up to be like, bro, that's dope. Yeah. You know, that stuff means so much. Or like they come out there to your job, to your project. Like, dude, that stuff means, that means so much. Shout out Backpack. Shout out Just for doing that.
Facts.
Yo, that's awesome. Dude, so okay, I want to talk about like the rapper walls because I think those were some of like the one with Nipsey and stuff. Yeah. Where it's so good, Biggie. Bro, but I love that
Mariscos, yeah.
Dude, okay, take me through that because I think you did one first, and then you did more there, or how did that work?
So Mariscos one.
Because those are so dope. The octopus.
Yeah.
Okay, and all these, I'm going to put them up here. So here's the Meriscos right here. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Mariscos.
Mariscos.
Mariscos Playa Hermosa, which is the restaurant.
Okay.
On 16th Street in Garfield.
I heard bomb food too.
Bro, we have to go. Like,
that's what I be hearing. That
I took Just Created there, and I took With the Flicks.
Yeah.
Oh, they loved it. I'm like, oh man. And then I feel like later on the day or later on the week, Chroma went and Isaac pulled up, and I'm like, yeah.
They were telling me that it was so good.
Oh, it's fine. We have to go one of these days. If you like seafood, man, hands down, best spot in Phoenix.
Oh, I love it.
And they've been there for like 20 plus years, so it just tells you like, yeah, they know what the hell they're doing.
Sick.
So
and cool of a place to like support a local artist.
Yeah.
Like,
they're super good people. Like I love them, and I consider them family now because they kind of.
Those are the best clients.
Yeah, it really is, because I feel like a lot of these clients do become family. Like they become like, yo, you put me on your budget this year, and I'm so grateful because you don't realize what that did for me. Not only to continue my career, but to also support my family.
Yeah.
You know, put a roof over my head and travel or whatever. So I'm grateful for clients like that are willing to help, artists, especially local artists.
And you made some sick art for them.
Bro, I had so much fun in those. It's one of those things where art becomes fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't become a job. It doesn't become stressful.
Yeah.
It don't matter the weather. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go back to work.
Dude,
I'm
best
just
project.
like, you know what I mean? Like those are the ones that you just get so like motivated and just want to like, yeah, I need to knock this one out the park. I want to make sure that. And the funny thing about that is that, so the owners there, they have two restaurants, and Mariscos Playa Hermosa is been there for 20 plus years. But they opened up another one called Cielo Rojo, and that's been open maybe 2 years now, or 3. Could be wrong, but. So the owner's son was opening that one, and he had messaged me when I first did my other murals. I think I did a mural for a client, super low budget, that I didn't even know how to price my murals then, but it was for a karaoke spot up in Dysart. It's called Rock the Mic. Super cool place too. And so I did their work, and that's where they kind of heard of me. And so he took me on to his new restaurant. He had a whole vision, and it was super dope. And that was like very minimal art, and I never done minimal art, but I'm like, that looks very simple compared to what I wanted to do.
Sure.
So then I
a lot of like their ideas.
Yeah, their ideas, which is fine, as all desert, Arizona vibe.
Sure.
So I remember just me being so focused on realism, and compared to minimalism is like totally different. So I try to combine one and one, where I can get a little bit of minimal and somewhat minimalism. But the idea worked perfectly for his restaurant. So from there, it took off from there. He loved it, to me finally doing the outside.
What'd you do inside?
Inside was just like a scenery of a desert scenery.
Okay, yeah.
And it was a cactus, and it was just a hummingbird.
Okay,
Kind of like what you see nowadays a lot. But it was all black and white.
Yeah.
And everything else was minimal, and the hummingbird was just more detailed with all brushwork.
Cool.
So,
Dude, there's like a push hating on the hummingbird and stuff like that.
I hear
it's like a cactus. Bro, I painted cactuses so many times, like I ain't hating on that stuff. And I think there's a way to make it unique, whether it's a hummingbird, whether it's a flower, whether it's a cactus. You can make it your own, and you can make it cool.
Yeah,
and sometimes, like, I'm just gonna make this cool for the client, and it's a good paycheck. But anyway, I'm not hating on it.
I'm not either. It's one of those things where, okay, I've seen a lot of hummingbird or desert work.
Sure. The hummingbirds are dope.
Yeah, and
They're
it's
sick.
it's one of those things where it's a good sign. Honestly, like it's a good spirit.
Yeah.
That people don't realize that's just some of these restaurants want that for their business to to make sure they're successful. And there's always meanings to it. So hummingbirds are there, cardinals are there. So a lot of that, there's meanings to it. And I feel like
when Dave Morgan came here, just quick little side note, we were in the backyard, just like we went in the backyard. Dude, a hummingbird came down, and we talked about it on the show, but it came down, and it's like, I've seen a few out there, but this one, me and Dave are talking, Dave Morgan, and it just comes down, and it's like sitting like this, maybe like this close. And it's just chilling. And then like the watering lines were on, and it goes over real close to us, and it's just like drinking out of the water. And then was just like
staring at you guys.
Bro, we were talking about aliens and stuff during that episode. And so we were like, bro, this was It was trippy. It was so cool though. We were like, that's got to be a good omen.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was just like, and they're so dope.
Yeah, I love them. They're very unique. They're very. I feel like they carry a lot of good positive things, and so it's one of those things where like if I see it, if it's on a, I feel like it's relatable to like I don't know religious style. Some people like to have a cross in their restaurant or Virgin Mary, whatever it is that you believe in. But to see that, I feel like that kind of ties into it. So I'm like, it's good spirits. It's uplifting. I look at it like, all right, you want this business to succeed, even if it's a new restaurant, because not all of them succeed. They could fail. They could last for a year, 2 years. So it's one of those things where I'm like, we're leaving you with good positive spirits, good vibes, and hopefully we succeed, both of us,
100%.
But yeah, so we did that. I did the inside of that, and that was just minimal, black and white. And then on the outside, I also did another one, but it was more colorful. And then from there, he loved it. He got so much good feedback from clients and his coworkers that he wanted to do the Mariscos one now. And the Mariscos one...
Oh, excuse me. You did the other one first.
Yeah, I did the new one first. And then from there, he's all like, all right, I'm going to need some of that on my other restaurant.
That's a good sign.
So I'm like...
Repeat customers.
Yo. I'm for it. Let's do it. And keep in mind, I've never tried that Mariscos place, even though it's been there for 20 plus years. So to finally do work in it, and when I would post like, oh, this is my new canvas, new project, people would reach out like, oh, that place is so fire. Or have you been? I'm like, damn, I'm so late.
Good reviews.
Yeah, good reviews. I'm like, oh, heck yeah. So I'm in a good spot. So I have to match the fire food, some dope art I got to put on there.
Yeah.
So it was, we went back and forth. We did a design before, and it was cool. It was just like a beach because it was Playa Hermosa. It kind of went with the name.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I feel like as the owner wasn't satisfied, as in like, he was happy with it, but he liked it, but he didn't love it. So he felt like sometimes I feel like that's what art does. We're like, we gotta test it to see if it works. Sometimes it may not work.
And as a seasoned artist, you gotta know when it's like, all right, I gotta put my opinion on this.
Yes.
Because that's what the client's not an artist.
No, exactly.
Sometimes they'll give you that opinion, but like, if that's not hitting, you gotta, and that only comes with time to be able to be like, look, I got you.
Yes.
Let's try this.
Yes.
And have some sort of not authority, but have confidence in that.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. Is that
they appreciate that.
They appreciate
comes with time.
Yes. And it's one of those things where you kind of have to sit on it.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. I'm like, is this working or is it not working? And with him, like he was straight up to me, like, honestly, when I decided that, there was a lot going on, a lot of happening.
Yeah.
So I wasn't fully there on, I think it was just like, let's just put something here. And I'm like, but when we reflect back on it, no, we need to really break this down, make it our own style. He threw some ideas, I threw some of mine, and it was just like, yes, now we're getting creative with it. Now we're picking our brains where the colors are coming together. It wasn't just feel like, oh, boom, paste. It was more like, okay, now let's make this make sense and let me get creative with it. Let me do something different. Let me just, and he's a young owner, so I feel like he's all about taking risks, and I love that about him because he's willing to, like, if something doesn't work, he's willing to, like, let's try again. And I'm like, yes, I like that, because I'm like, as a young artist, you just wanna have that creativity, and you wanna make sure, like, hey, some of them you may not land, they may not stick as good, but some of them will land, and they're like, okay, we did it right this time.
Yeah.
So when I went back, we redid that whole wall, and it was a whole totally different design, and I love that octopus.
Dude,
like, I love the
you
fact
nailed it on that one, especially if it was gonna be like a landscape or like a ocean theme, bro. Whatever you, whether it was you changing it or like your opinion, or whatever, or his, or whatever, you guys worked together, it came out so dope.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think that fit that spot incredibly.
Yeah.
And what the other one was a shrimp?
Yeah, it was a shrimp.
Shrimp, and then an octopus. The octopus with like the lines down it, which like made it different colors.
Yeah.
Bro, it was a hit out of the park. I think.
I love
think it
those
looks
things
so
where
sick.
like I've seen it before in art, and I'm like, I I gotta go off on this one. I gotta do something different. Like that's one of the things where you gotta pick at your brain. Where like, how can I make this octopus different than the other ones I've seen?
Yeah, make it yours. Yeah, make it like unique.
Unique. Make it stand out. Make it like, oh, this is the only octopus like this, and in the valley.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is gonna stand out. So that was one thing to where I love that. Where I'm like, and it's something where I haven't done. I haven't done those two different tones of colors.
Yeah,
and I love seeing that. It's
tricky, bro.
It's very tricky.
That's tricky.
But it's very rewarding towards the end. You're like, oh, this makes so much sense.
It looks so sick.
And when I see it, when other artists do it, I'm like, that's so dope. Mm-hmm. Like I love seeing that when they implement the murals, and so I'm like, oh, I love that.
Yeah, it looks so dope.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into rapid fire questions. Animation comes up right here. Rapid fire questions. Okay, we can either do a little shot. So the rapid fire questions, we ask 2 different questions. You pick either one. If you don't want to pick either one, maybe it's like I can't pick between the 2. You take a drink. We could take it of our lemongrass tea here, or you could take it of a shot. What would you like?
What we got though?
Oh, we got some
tequila.
Yeah, we got some tequila.
We'll do a little bit tequila.
Okay.
Why not?
We'll do small shots.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Body shots? What?
Yeah. Off of Doji. That's my dog. Yeah. If you want to, is that good?
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm not too much of like a provocateur, so some of these are not too crazy, but it is what it is. I think I should, I've said this on a few other episodes, I think I should get maybe more like provocative questions, but I'm not like a gotcha, ooh, we caught you in this stuff. I try not to do that. Now, there is one in here, but we'll see. We'll see if it, because the last 2, nobody take a shot. So I'm like, all right, I got to ask one that's crazy. So, but if we get to it and you say, I don't want to take a shot, or I don't want to answer, we take a shot.
So basically, if I answer the question, I take a shot?
No, if you answer it, so if I ask like this or that and you pick that, you don't take a shot. But if I ask this or that and you're like, neither, I can't answer that, then you take a shot.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. Rapid fire questions. Brush or spray paint?
Dang. I like both of them. Ooh. But
take a shot early.
Damn, for real, I love both of them. I use both of them.
Hey, I'll take a shot with you.
Let's get it.
Okay.
Let's get it.
It's Friday night.
It's Friday. Is it?
I don't know. That's some hot ass tequila, bro. Gosh damn. All right, I'll do a small one.
Small one.
Oh shit.
Small one.
All right, let's mix that. We gotta keep it. We gotta keep it.
That was actually pretty good.
It's not bad stuff.
Chamucos?
Yeah, my wife's friend gave us this when she moved.
It wasn't bad.
It's good stuff. It's not bad. Yeah. I really like Espolón. Have you tried that tequila?
I don't know.
Espolón? I think I'm saying that right. But they have like the silver, and then they have the what's the name of it? What's the more of like the brown tequila?
Oh, is it Don Julio or is it Jose Cuervo?
No, like it's a style. I should know this, but anyway, I'll probably think of it in a second. My brain I've been slow today. I woke up early today. But it's a, oh shoot. Anyway, people are going to be watching this and be like, it's just the darker version of a tequila. There's like the silver, and then there's like, or like the, whatever. Anyway, I like their stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, let's go to the next one. Airbrush, because I know you're an airbrush guy. Yeah, I very rarely have airbrush guys on here. And you and I, are you like Iwata, or what do you?
Yeah, Iwata Eclipse. I like Eclipse.
Yeah, the Iwata. The HBCS?
Yeah, that one. I have.
Do you have the bottom one too?
Yeah.
The BCS?
Easy to switch, yeah.
Bro, the HP BCS, I like the HPCS if I'm doing canvases, but the HP BCS with the bottom feeder, that one I use more than anything. I think that's like more than my other one now. I love that airbrush. I think that's like I honestly think it's the best airbrush, especially if you're like a mural guy.
Yeah.
You don't really need the like fine detail of the HPCS, and you get those. I gotta show you. I don't know if you have these because I got. Anyway, I'll show you later. But these little feeder, because you have the bottom feeder one.
Yeah, I have the well.
Do you have the little glass containers?
Yeah. No, I actually have the long ones that are not glass.
Okay.
They're plastic.
Okay.
I used to have the glass ones, but I feel like they hold so much little paint that I'm like, no, let me just get the long ones that are plastic. And,
Oh, okay.
which they work fine. And I think the airbrush is so affordable too. Like, what, 150, 170?
Yeah, that BCS is so much cheaper.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, this is a hit. Like, I love using this. And
That's
I've
great-
been using this. I'm like, yeah, it's good for details.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like faces or like any type of murals that you use. But
Yeah.
I love, like, yeah, it takes a little bit more time because you're switching colors on and off. But
When that shit's clogging.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
and you have to take all apart.
Oh,
yeah, that's
dude.
a pain.
It can be a pain, like crazy, because you're like, I just cleaned it out. Why is it still
Yeah.
clogging? And then you realize like maybe that straw in there is
Yeah.
clogged or whatever, or you didn't strain. I just bought these little strainer things, and I've been using those now for like because I use that golden high flow acrylic,
Okay.
and I just pour that in there. What do you use?
I use Createx. Like it.
Oh, the paint brand.
Yeah, the actual.
Oh,
like,
what you
little
posted
bottle.
today,
Yeah.
dude. Do you like those?
I love those. Like because they have a
Okay.
transparent colors too.
They do. I gotta pick your brain after this
So
because
those are pretty good.
I bought a bunch of those, and I couldn't
You don't
figure
like
them out. Yeah.
No, I like them because
Maybe I got old ones. They were on sale at Arizona Art Supply, so maybe they were old.
like, I always get mine from Hobby Lobby just because I have a good amount of selection.
Yeah.
They're a little pricey just for one, as
Mhm.
it is. But honestly, so those are good for automotive murals.
Oh,
People do
okay.
like designs and stuff on like lowriders and stuff. People use Createx. But there's another one. It's called Wicked.
Yeah, yeah. I've
And
used those too.
Yeah, those I've found out from a pinstriper that he would use that, and I'm like, oh, I know where that is. That's at Hobby Lobby. Like, so I started trying to like use those more, just because I feel like they're more they last. The paint is pretty good too.
Okay.
So I started ordering them from Amazon too, little bigger bottles,
Yeah.
just to kind of have a good amount. So
Okay, I gotta pick your brain on that after
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
That's getting. I could get technical with that, and we probably majority of people are like I've never airbrushed in my life, but I want to talk to you about those because I only use one brand, and I'd like to use those because I have a bunch of them, but I haven't figured it out. So I gotta ask you about that. Okay, airbrush or spray paint?
spray paint,
Okay, portraits or scenery?
portraits.
Portraits. Okay, client work or personal work? Now, one of them pays the bill, one of them doesn't.
I know.
But one of them improves your style. One of them sometimes improves.
Some of them do improve your style.
100%.
So I would
Client
say,
work sometimes 100%.
Yeah, client work. I like client work.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Don't get me wrong, I love personal work, but I feel like there's hardly time for me to do personal work because I have clients.
Yeah,
And if you don't have
absolutely.
clients, then you have more personal work. Then I'm like, oh damn, you need clients.
No, for real. And to this question, a lot of people are like personal work, and I understand that in like a face
Yeah,
value.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
like client work, I mean, to me personally, like I've found that like their challenge is to make a client's work. Like they're not the artist, so like you have to make their vision. You got to make that better.
Yeah.
So like that's a challenge in itself, and you got to be up for that challenge. Like I was watching an interview with Lil Wayne the other day, and he's like, it doesn't even matter the song I'm on, it doesn't even matter the beat. He's like, and Lil Wayne, to be honest, I love Lil Wayne. I think every interview with him, I love him. I think he's like a cool artist. You could say whatever with his music. I think he's dope.
Yeah.
But he was like, every song, it doesn't matter who the artist is.
You gotta say it in his voice though. When you're gonna say what he's about to say, you gotta say it in his voice right now.
It's a challenge.
Damn.
And he looks super serious when he says it. you know? It's a challenge.
Alright.
And sometimes he gets so serious. Oh, but it for some reason it like it like hits with me, bro. I don't know. But it's just like taking that client work. You can look at it as like, oh, I'm having to paint. Like they gave me an AI like rendering, and they're like, can you? This is my idea, whatever. And people get butthurt about that. I get that. I get it. But like to me, I'm like, this is a challenge. I'm gonna make it my own.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of learning there. Okay. This is Suns or Cardinals?
Suns.
Suns?
Yes, because I mean I'm a diehard on both of them.
Let's go.
But I really want. I mean, both of them. I want a ring for both of them. I want that trophy. I want all that for them. But because I played.
Yeah, you played basketball.
I'm like, yeah, I need my Suns.
That's valid.
To get that.
That's valid. Okay. Social media existing or no social media?
Oh, damn! Nowadays, that's where all my work came from.
That's what I say. But we've had, go on.
I'll say this. I wish social media had its limits sometimes.
Yeah.
Like how it was back in the days where
for kids,
where we didn't have. Basically, I wish we didn't have smartphones.
Yeah.
Because I wish we would go home and get on our computers instead of being on the computer in the morning. Anywhere basically this is your computer anywhere you go.
Yeah.
So
better than most computers when we were growing up.
Yeah. So I remember not having that on the phone, or even if I had a cell phone or not, it was just a basic talking text, you know.
Same.
And so,
I had that till out of high school. I got my iPhone out of high school.
Yeah, it's the same. So I didn't get all that till high school. After high school, when I got my own job, I had a phone like in my last senior year, but it was just basic talking text. No, it was.
You ever have a Razor?
I wish I had a Razor.
I thought a Razor, you were dope, bro.
No, I had the regular, simple Samsung, if not the Sidekick.
Oh, you had the Samsung that flips?
Yeah, that flips.
I always wanted with the keyboard.
Yeah.
Bro, I always wanted one of those.
It's not worth it though.
Oh, because they were on Verizon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Verizon and
we always
T-Mobile,
had.
So.
Oh, dude, I always liked that one a lot, where it had like each key. I thought those were so dope, and then like the sidekicks.
Yeah.
Man, kids don't know these days. They were unique phones.
Oh yeah.
Now it's like you got an iPhone, or people make fun of you for your phone.
Yeah.
It's one
Android? Oh. Okay.
It's one of the two.
Yeah.
And Androids, there's some that are dope, but I ain't using it.
Same.
I got a Mac. It's just too easy.
Oh, Apple, yeah, it's all connected.
They've got us. They've got us. Okay, money or fame?
Money.
Sometimes you got to think about that one.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want the fame, but I would want money to kind of keep me busy.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like nowadays, if you weren't chasing girls, you're chasing the money.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I would say money. Just because I don't know. Like when it came to the point where I don't want to be popular enough or have that fame to where it becomes too much, and that's
a problem.
Myself. Yeah, it's a problem. And I want to be just consistent work.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Just give me work a year 100%. Long or for life. Shit, I don't care. Or sign me up on a big contract where I'm just set.
Yeah.
And I'll just take this amount, and as long as I'm creating, and I'm gonna lose myself. Because I feel like we say that now when we don't have fame, but if ever it hits you, like it could change you, or it could like take that away from you. And I don't know how things work once you're out in that world, but I've seen it to where from the outside, and it's like, damn, that sucks. Like you really have no privacy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I like that I'm open right now, where I'm not kind of smothered with freaking cameras all over me, or I'm able to just walk out, go to the store, buy some stuff without having anybody breathing down my neck.
Yeah.
So, especially when it comes to like family too, like it could get ugly. It could get ugly quickly.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So,
and as an artist, there's that audience capture thing where they're like, we know you as Post Malone the rapper. You go to country, there's gonna be a group of people that are like, nah, you know, that sucks. And as an artist, that is such a crutch.
Yeah.
Because now you're not be able to be like, no, this is what I like now. And hopefully, you know, if people don't like it, that's fine. It's cool. But now you got a group hundreds of thousands of people being like, nah, you know, screw
yeah.
you, you know, and it makes the purity of your art very hard to come by.
Yeah.
Because you have all these eyes seeing you. That's why I think that there is a benefit, even though like we all like, I'd be lying if I said like I wouldn't rather have like a post have a lot of likes and a lot, you know, viral, whatever. I don't think I've ever had anything go viral, but like I would rather have something have a lot more. But there's a crutch to that. Like the people that get a lot of likes and they have something go viral early, now they have all these new followers, all these people watching them. Well, maybe they aren't ready for that, and now it's they get all this. You know, oh, I thought you were like this. Now, you know, and all this hate when maybe you should just be building yourself so that at the point where you become well known, you already know who you are.
Yeah.
But as an artist, like I look back on my on like even like the last 5 years, and I'm like, some of that stuff, I probably wouldn't have liked a lot of eyes on me on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense. It makes sense. I feel like nowadays people will do anything for that attention.
Oh, dude.
And sometimes people like I don't know, like I remember, you know, as a hungry artist that's hustling, yeah, you there's ways of you promoting yourself. There's social medias where you have to pay a fee. But I feel like a lot of people would buy into like, hey, why followers? And I'm like, I don't think I ever landed or was desperate enough to even do that.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I mean, to me, to each their own, but I'm like, like, no, I'd rather just build it from real, authentic work and just by meeting or, I don't know, people resharing stuff like that to get.
Buying followers is...
That's the trick.
But everybody has their own line, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own line. But to me, like, I wouldn't buy followers. I've bought ads before. Like, I've paid $40 to, like, push this out to more people.
Yeah, same.
I got no shame in saying that.
Yeah, me either.
If you don't like that,
all you're doing is really trying to market your
it's
art
like
more.
Paying to be at First Friday, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, does it feel a little bit... it sucks to pay Mark Zuckerberg, you know? Sorry, Mark. If you're watching this, please don't take me down. I think you own maybe YouTube. I don't know.
You own everything at this point.
Yeah. I think you own my house. I don't know. But yeah, there's people that hate on that too. There's people that hate on everything. But I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I paid for some of the ads.
All right.
And sometimes I've gotten good results and I've got new followers that people that bought art. So I'm like, hey.
Yeah. It's a win-win regardless. Like it's your money, you know.
But buying followers is a different.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like
a little bit
saying it,
different.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, to me, it's over the line of like what I could ethically, or what I would feel like not being a fraud.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
What were you gonna say?
No, I'll wait for it toward the end because I have one for you now.
Okay, let's go. AI or no AI?
Ah, damn.
For the good parts, like medical, like this is all type of AI. Like, you gotta write an email, boom, 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 boom. Or, like, the bad parts is, like, the machines take over the world and we all are murdered. And also, like, people, you know, I've seen it. People, AI, a painting that they painted.
Yeah.
Just, not like they got the image. Because I personally feel a little bit different about this than a lot of artists where they're like, screw all AI. Like, but people are showing a canvas that they painted, and it's not like they used a reference. It's like the actual painting is AI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're like, I painted this, and it's just an AI image. So like, there's that negative side of it too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, I get it because there are some type of clients that will just do AI references, and sometimes like, hey, can we get this? Sometimes I don't want to do that because I want to do something that's more of me.
Yeah, make it yourself.
Make it myself.
Yeah.
But then they'll be like, hey, what if we pay you this? I'm like, fine, I'll paste it on your wall.
There's some jobs where
there's some jobs where it's like, it's hard to not.
It's like painting a logo for them.
Yes.
It's like, that's not my design either.
Yeah. So, I feel like this ties into like, when it comes to like, I feel like we've talked about this a lot with other artists where like when it comes to like the doodle grid and stencil and stuff like that. I'm like, you don't hear a lot of tattoo artists get shit about because they do the same thing. They use a stencil. They apply the stencil on there, and then boom, they're doing it.
Yeah.
We're basically doing the same thing on a wall. We're applying a stencil, whether if it's a projector, whether if it's a doodle grid, whether if it's a VR or Oculus.
Yeah. I use the projector most of my earlier murals. All of my earlier murals.
That's good though. I didn't do it till like later on until I noticed that some of the big artists were using it. Cause in my head,
I don't hate on that.
I don't hate on it either. It's like, hey, whatever. It's one of those things where you got to work smarter, not harder. If it's gonna help you, why not? Like, it's gonna benefit you. At the end of the day, you're just applying a stencil, but you're still doing the work. You're still blending the colors. You're still like, it's just more like an outline.
Yeah.
And it just speed up the process because sometimes,
especially for client work.
Yeah.
I got no hate for that at all.
I don't.
Because you want it to be as best as possible and as quick as possible.
Yeah, because sometimes they do have a deadline. They'll have a deadline like, hey, we have from here. I'm like, oh, well, the only way I can speed up a day ahead would be if I just do a projector or if I do a quick doodle grid. And whatever helps you, I say use it. Because at the end of the day, they use us, so why not use the system? You know, like use the technology. That's the benefit about it. Like we use social media to promote our work. I'm like, you're not out there sending a bunch of emails. You're just posting and they're coming to you. So it's like there's that advantage of like getting used and using the system. So I'm like, I feel like that's a benefit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like when it comes to AI, back to the question, it's hard. It's one of those things where I'm like, it's cool, but I don't like that they limit the creativity of an artist or like there's certain things that eliminates. Yeah, it's very helpful. It's useful.
Yeah.
But
you need a flower pushed this way for like a small part of your mural, or you need, I need a reference for a guy like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that where I'm not totally a hater on that stuff. But you take just a blank AI image, you're at a mural festival or whatever, and you're like, it kind of gets into a gray area.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where I feel like AI will have its limits compared to like the creativity side because, so I mean, AI isn't so bad as long as we're using it correctly, whether if it's, I don't know, I feel like people sometimes struggle with wording or emails or, you know, sometimes people use it for the good part. Don't take advantage of it because it will bite you in the butt. They're like, like
it ends up hurting you more than anything. Same with even using a projector. Like you should know how to do it. Like you should practice also not using it.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, because then you'll lose that creativity of freehanding.
Yes.
And I remember starting off just freehanding.
Well, you're in a short hallway. You can't use that projector. You know.
So
yeah,
that's where like you start to struggle, and then you're like, okay, we know your limits, type of thing.
Yeah. But a job wants you to, hey, you got 3 days to do this. It's a logo on this wall or whatever. It's their design that we're paying you this, blah, blah. You're like, I got my mortgage to pay. I got no problem with people using a projector. I got no problem with people using goggles. Now, I feel like, and I've used the goggles to do lettering. I got no hate on any of that stuff. Do I feel like an idiot wearing them? Yes. You know what I mean? But whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day, like, it's your preference. It's whatever.
Yeah. Nobody can tell you. We got into art because we didn't, like, there should be no rules. Like, and people can have their opinions, and that's fine too. You know?
Yeah, that's all right.
But at the end, it's what's legit to you and what feels right to you. I think you should just stick with that. And yeah. What was your question for me?
So, was that all of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's the end of the.
All right, cool.
That's the end
one
of the
shot.
rapid
That's
fire.
not bad. We only did one shot.
Hey, I got to get more spicy with these questions. Maybe in my next chapter.
All right, I'll do this extra one. It was basically gonna tie into this what we talked about.
Okay.
Would you use doodle grid or no doodle grid?
I'm a doodle grid guy.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, what about doodle grid or a projector?
Lately, like, been using doodle grid because I like, but I'm not like a liar. I don't lie about the not being a graffiti guy growing up, like I don't lie about stuff like that. I'm an open book. I use a projector for like all of my earlier murals, 100%, up until maybe like 3-ish years ago, 2 years ago, somewhere around that.
So
and then I've used the doodle grid for everything.
Okay, so
that.
then doodle grid came after the projectors.
Yeah.
Okay, mine was the opposite. It was doodle grid first, and then I started doing the projector.
I just didn't like I had to be there at night.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It's depending.
But I've used dude. No problem with the goggles either. I don't got a problem with it personally, especially like. But there's certain stuff where like to me I wanna. That's why I like the doodle grid because I focus more on what the design is.
Yeah.
But then there's some stuff like where it's just like logos and like writing and it's like I got no problem with that.
Yeah, when it comes
using
to that type
whatever
of stuff,
you need to make it clean and not have to measure everything. But like if I'm doing like that one I did in downtown Phoenix, like the big wall with like the face, I just doodle gridded that. Yeah, I did it take a little bit more time maybe, but like I noticed that the doodle grid makes me look at the image a lot more, so I like study it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel like
there's no right way.
I feel like doodle grids tie into back in high school when they would make you trace squares around your image.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you're gonna sit there and critique my doodle grid, like you've been doing this since the early ages of art class.
And there are people that will hate on me for doing a doodle grid, so it never ends.
So I'm like
do what's right for you.
If they taught this in school, like, hey, square out your image and then square off your paper that you wanna, match it. I remember doing that technique.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm like,
that's the original like grid.
Yeah,
that's the grid method.
The grid method compared to because technology and there's apps now that you can just take a picture of your image and put it on the wall and just take off the opacity and you can see the image. It's just a way of speeding things up.
Yeah.
Making your work more easier, saving you maybe a whole day's worth of sketching it out. Because when people don't realize that before doodle grids, it was just a lot of outlining, freehand, stepping back, going back, like a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
To where you're almost there for like a whole day, at least half the day.
Yeah.
But if you do a doodle grid, you find things to speed up, and it's just more of a being perfectionist on your artwork to where it's gonna match. Because a client's coming to you as a professional artist, so you want to give them the professional work. Yeah. You're gonna do whatever it is, whether if you have a doodle grid tool, a projector, or Oculus VR, whatever it is, to make your job easier. That's the whole point of tools. Like, it's good to have that in case, I don't have doodle grid to do, or I need to do this quick. Logos, like, I'm not big a fan of logos, especially lettering. I've done those. Yeah. And I've used stencil work, I've used projectors, and I've done VR. And I mean, all of them have their benefits to it. Yeah. Did some of them were some of them quicker than other ones? Yeah, of course. But when you do like logos, that takes a lot, especially with lettering. Man, you're there like just trying to perfect it, making sure that their logo matches the wall, and so it's a lot of pressure on the artist, I think, especially on lettering. Like, it's lettering, you can't really mess up. So I've never been a fan until this day. It's one of those things where I'm like, I take more longer doing the logo and wording than the actual mural.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm like, gosh, I stress so much. There's so much work to it. And it's one of those things where I tried all the different methods of putting a logo on to where I'm like, I don't want to do logos.
Yeah.
Or any lettering. I'm like,
for sure.
It's crazy. It's one of those things that you just have to do it in order to understand what we're talking about, because it looks easy. It's a easy logo, but no, nobody can just perfect it.
Yeah, and people talk, you see them on Instagram or whatever, being like, projectors cheating. They're like, all right, you can get the layout of something, but like, let me watch you like make their beard look right, or make their teeth look right, or make their eye look right. Like, it's still a lot of work. Yeah. And it still takes a lot of time. And like I said, for a client, they gotta, certain work that he's just like, all right, this is gonna pay the bills and it's gonna help this client. Like, I'm I'm a proponent. It's not the right answer, but it's my answer. I'm a proponent of you use the tools that will help you make it the best for that client at the quickest time.
Yep.
You know, so that's that.
Heck yeah.
Okay, do you have? We're kind of getting to the end here. Do you have a favorite mural that you painted?
Oh man. I feel like,
And we could show it here too.
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. I think the last mural piece I end up doing ends up being my favorite.
Yeah,
So,
I feel that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
like it went from, I don't know, like I jumped around. I went from being like the Mariscos place, and then it went from being the hip hop one I just did, Airbnb.
Oh, that one was
and
so
then it jumped from there.
It was
to,
all a dream one?
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
went from there, and then it jumped to the Glendale one I did for downtown Glendale for the arts music festival type of vibe, where I have the car and I had my niece and kind of a lot of cameos that I put in there that people don't know about. So it's like it's hard to pick because a lot of them were different.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm like, oh, I love that I did that one. I love that I did. So it was like I was trying to perfect either one and make it better than what I just knocked out.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I feel like that's how it should be. Like you wanna outdo the one you just did last week or 2 weeks ago, and one, they're all different, so you gotta throw in your own little, I don't know, your own little style to it. So as right now, I would say,
or just one. Sometimes with client work, you don't want to pick the favorite.
Yeah.
But when you want to spotlight.
I mean, spotlight right now, I would say I have like top 3 is be the Glendale one, where it's right next to Cubanitas. It's called the Glendale Rhythm. It's the rhythm of the city. And
Is that with the gold?
Yeah, the music, and it has a car, a T-Bird. So that T-Bird is one of my good friend's wife's car.
Sick.
And then I also have my niece, that she's also an artist here. I threw her in there. And I threw my brother and my sister-in-law in there because they're big dancers in the salsa scene. So I like a lot of things like that tie in to where I'm like, people don't know about it, but I like that I leave like those things.
Your personal touch on it.
it. Same thing with my dad.
AI not doing that.
Yeah, so same thing with my dad's one that I put his face on. People don't know that's my dad. And
That's
so like
cool.
I shared, they're like, oh, that's my dad right there. I'm like, oh, okay, that's even like, oh, you wouldn't have told me that. I would be just like a busy Mexican type of stuff.
Dude, that makes it so much cooler.
Yeah.
To me, at least. Like, and I think that does to
I like
every
doing that.
viewer is
Yeah.
like knowing more about.
I think I like doing that more now. With what I've noticed with my murals is that tie in something that I don't know, reflects that I know somebody, because I don't want to just throw a random person or a person that I've never met, or some of those things where I'm like, if I can use an actual person that I know, or that a vehicle or a model, anything that could be, I'd rather do that than just to get a picture off of the internet, or you know, especially if it's just a random person. Like, why give them the credit when you'd rather give somebody you actually know? Or
That's dope. I like that a lot.
So I like doing that when it comes to pieces like that. Like, why not honor it more better?
I think that's a pro tip.
Yeah.
I think it's a pro tip. Use people that you know for the portraits that you paint. I think that probably makes it more fun to paint, right?
It does. It really does. Because I think I like some of the artists do that too. I think Clyde, you brought him out here.
Yeah.
He did that, and I'm like, that's super dope, because it becomes more meaningful. Despite if they don't know the story, like, you see the more like work, the good work that comes with it.
100%.
And it's just like, there's a reason why he chose that, and it's just I feel like it just connects automatically.
Yeah.
And like 'I've seen a lot of people that do that, and I'm like, that's so dope. Like, when it has more meaning to it, than they're just like a random person that people think no. So yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Okay, do you have any other ones you want to spotlight?
No, I would just say those.
Okay.
Those are my most recent ones, the Airbnb ones with the hip hop mural and the Glendale.
Yeah, the hip hop one. We're gonna show a picture of that one right now, because that one is dope.
That one was
I like
pretty
that
cool.
one a lot, dude.
And it's Airbnb, so like it's right on in Glendale. So I'm like, I'm definitely gonna rent it out. Hopefully, have a big party.
Yeah.
And just invite everybody to come over. And just, so that'd be cool. That'd be cool to do.
Let's go. Okay. Any advice for any artists? Any advice for an artist that, or not for any artist, any advice for an artist that's like starting out or an artist that's like stuck, or maybe advice that you would have liked to hear when you were starting?
Oh man, I would say just keep making mistakes. I would say keep doing what you're doing regardless of the outcome, because at the end of the day, if you're passionate about it, nothing else really matters. The eyes, the attention, the clientele will come eventually, whether if it takes months, years. Like, stay true to yourself and just keep putting the work. I don't feel like you should cheat in life and try to maneuver your way. And don't get me wrong, it's good to know people, connections, but I feel like if you're real and you're passionate with anything, just go 100% with it.
Yeah.
Don't go in there halfway and like, you know what, never mind, I don't think I can do this. Like, if you're really passionate about it, you will do the time. You will make the time. Just how me and you work the time of sacrificing our 5 to 9 job and still going out and creating canvases and putting the work, staying late till first Fridays. Like, you gotta sacrifice a lot and just make sure that it won't be easy. And nothing's easy, and it's okay. It's okay to walk away. You don't have to say yes to anything, because there's plenty of food out there for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Dude, couldn't have said it better. My dude.
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
This is dope.
Johnny Morales. That's been the Smokey Joe Show.